are back live. I want to give a special shout out to the producers. Give me a second. Also, to I want to say this. It's a lot that's been going on, and I've been definitely catching on some much needed rest. And I want to give a special shout out because I want to read something to you guys. I have my good sis book here, her Brother to the Night book here. And give me a second. I want to say special shout out to y'all that's coming on in the room. I want to say thank y'all so very much for the support, for coming in here for this. But I'm about to read something that Tasha wrote. Tasha Milter wrote this book, and it was a poem that I want to read here. I want to read this to you guys, and I'm going to have this. I'm going to put this in the community wall, but this really touched me. But I want to read this. And the name of this poem is "Whenever I See You." Whenever I see you, my feelings come back. Whenever I see you, you always stare. Whenever I see you, a smile appears. Whenever I see you, my heart gets weak. Whenever I see you, you feel the same way. Whenever I see you, I want you at that moment. Whenever I see you, I get nervous. Whenever I see you, remember why we fell in love with one another. That poem really touched my soul. And I was like, you better go ahead, Tasha, for writing this, putting this together. Anytime that I'm feeling down, I get there and I read her book, and I'm like, and it's a collection of poems. And at first I wasn't really a fan of poems. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not a fan. But when she sent over her book to me, I am literally a fan of like poems right now. And I highly suggest you all go get this book from Amazon. It is available, and I'm going to put the link in the community wall where you all can go and get it for that. But Whenever I See You is just one of my favorite for that. Just one of my favorites. So we want to say special shout out to you, Tasha, for sending this over to me. And that was good. I'm about to tear up, but I don't want to tear up. It's really good hearing poems. Now, we got a lot that we're going to discuss here in this live. And I've been gone for about a couple of days, and now we're back. I'm caught up on some much needed rest. And I said, hey, we're back here doing some commentary on a lot of things that's been going on in the street. So let's first go to DaBaby. Now, if you all did not, hold on, let me see if I can pull his picture up. Give me a second, you guys. Y'all know who DaBaby is. Do I have his picture up here? Hold on one second. I know I didn't delete it. All right. DaBaby is being sued. Now, I knew this was going to happen. Shout out to TMZ. I knew this was going to happen. I'm not shocked. I'm not, sometimes you'll be shocked, like, oh my gosh, why is he getting sued? His Danny Lay brother is suing DaBaby. And I knew this was going to happen because of the beatdown that happened at the bowling alley. So he is definitely going to get some money from DaBaby. I don't know why DaBaby even thought about putting his hands on somebody. Come on, somebody. Like, that's crazy. Why would you put your hands on somebody knowing that you got the money, you got the bag? Because though you may beat me up and though I may be embarrassed, but I know I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to go and sue. I'm going to put this all on social media that you beat me up. And I'm going to also let my lawyer know, and then I'm going to file the paperwork in the courts, and I'm going to sue you in a civil case. So that's what I want to say on this. Like, when you are, and see, this is what I want to tell rappers that got money. Why would you risk your livelihood by putting your hands on a person? Like, to me, that's crazy. Like, it's so many other things that you could be doing, for yourself. You could actually be helping people. You could actually, go out to the hood, help people in the hood. But you don't have to go out here after suing or putting your hands on somebody, dragging somebody. Now, he's probably going to get paid at least a couple of million. Probably, if I were him, I would definitely get paid. At least I would try to settle for at least about $3 to $4 million. You have to be very careful because you're putting your hands on somebody. It's not the way to go. It's not. When you have money and you are a celebrity and you go and drag somebody at a bowling alley and you put your hands on them, What do you think they're going to do? They are going to sue you in civil court because you got the bag. If your security guard put hands on somebody and drag somebody and beat somebody down, you represent the bag. Got to understand that. And that's what DaBaby is not understanding. He's been sued a couple of times, and that's just money that you don't have to give away when you don't have to do that. All you got to do is mind your business, keep your hands to yourself. Why in the world would you go and put your hands on Danny Lay's brother, and knowing that he's gonna go to the lawyer's gonna be in his DMs, they're gonna be like, "Hey, I represent this law firm. We would like to represent you in this case, and you can file this case, and you can go out and do all of this stuff." Okay. They say he's now disabled now, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to be that one. Let me actually read that on TMZ. Give me a second, you guys. I tried to go live on station on Instagram, but I want to read what they're doing. So give me a second. Give me a second. Let me go on my TMZ. Give me a second. I want to read this article because I want to see what in the world he's claiming. All right. Give me a second. Do we have that? All right, here we go. So this is exclusive on TMZ. DaBaby is dealing with more than fallout from his bowling alley beatdown of his baby mama's brother because now he's facing a lawsuit. Danny Lay's brother, Brandon Bills, is suing the rapper over the recent fight at the so-called bowling alley. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Brandon claims he walked by DaBaby in a bowling alley when DaBaby suddenly attacked him, leaving him severe injury and pain. Brandon claims that he didn't fight back and said DaBaby assault result in physical and psychiatric damage plus medical bills and a sustained disability. Yes, you better go ahead. It's reported the brawl was caught on camera with the fight spilling into the bowling lanes. Law enforcement said they are now investigating DaBaby for assault with a deadly weapon because Brandon was kicked in the head while on the ground. DaBaby already gave clay it was self-defense and has been banned from the bowling alley. And Danny Lay's brother is suing DaBaby for assault, battery, emotional distress, negligence. And we reached out to DaBaby camp. So far, no word back. That's good because then you could say you're having a mental problem. Then you could, it's helping you, you can't hardly sleep. You can't hardly eat. Use all that because that's going to help you with your suit with DaBaby. That's going to help you with your suit. So I'm not shocked at all. I would have did the same exact thing. Got me a good lawyer and say, "Oh, I can't move. I can't sleep. I can't eat, all because he kicked me in the head and all this stuff." Like, that's going to be money to be paid. So DaBaby, of course, is going to have to go and settle this suit with this man. Now, he had no right putting his hands on Danny Lay's brother. He had no right. And the thing is, he was the aggressor. He attacked Danny Lay's brother first. And that was very strategic of the brother to allow DaBaby to hit him, to allow DaBaby to kick him in the head, to allow that because now he have a better chance of winning in civil court. Now, if it was the brother, if the brother would have came out attacking DaBaby and stuff like that, then I would have been on DaBaby's side like, okay, this was self-defense. But no, they came up to the brother. DaBaby came to and attacked him, hit him in the head, and did all this type of stuff to him. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. We definitely going to cover this lawsuit on our platform. We're going to definitely break it down for us. So I'm super happy because go on and play it. Get your psychiatrist on the stand. Go ahead you get on the stand and you get on crying, talking about you can't sleep with your wife or your girlfriend because of this attack. Do that whole spiel. Because if Cardi can do that spiel on the stand, and Cardi can get up there and talk about she couldn't hardly sleep with Offset because of what Tasha K did. Brandon, you get on the stand talking about you can't sleep with your girlfriend or your peen can't get on hard because of the attack that happened at the bar, and get you a good old psychiatrist to come up there and say, well, I had to give him some meds. He was so depressed because of it. He was so angry. His anxiety was out through the roof. I would do exactly that. I don't care what nobody say. That is exactly what I will be doing. Because if he would have hit me in the head, almost definitely I'm going to have my psychiatrist on the line. I'm going to make sure I have my girl testify that I could not set aside her because I was so threatened and so afraid of the kick to my head and stuff like that, and it affected my body because I'm going to get paid. I don't care what nobody say. That's how I was going to get paid. All right. I'm going to keep that 100%. I'm like, you do all that stuff to me. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get a repayment back. You do all this to me, almost definitely I'm going to get paid back. Okay. And I will show up with an oxygen tank. I'll show up with crutches. I'll show up with a wheelchair. I'll show up with a breather machine, baby. I ought to be all. I have my inhaler all on court. Like most definitely, I will have all that. But he's gonna get paid, and this is not gonna go to court. DaBaby is definitely gonna settle out of court, and he's gonna have to write that brother a check. You had no right putting, and it's to teach him a lesson that you can't go around just putting your hands on people. Just like me, if I was in the bowling alley and DaBaby wanted to try with me and hit me and hit me over the head, almost definitely I'm going to sue. Almost definitely. Most definitely. Oh, you think I'm not going to get me a lawyer? Okay. Oh, most definitely. Oh, and I got a cockeye? Oh, most definitely. I'm going to a lawyer. And we're going to talk about this in the legal sense, almost definitely. All right. And I'm going to be 100% agreeing on that and make sure I listen to my attorney so I can get paid. All right. So we're going to go ahead on for that. So we want to say shout out to DaBaby, and now you in your mess, and you got to go through all that, and that's all on your fault when it comes to that. Now, Mr. Baldwin, I told y'all this man should have been in jail. I don't know why he's still released. I don't know why he's not in jail. I don't know why he don't have no handcuffs. He actually killed somebody and they no longer here. And people are like, it was on an accident. It was on a movie set. It was an accident. He need to be in jail. All right. But he's being sued because of what happened with the Rush movie set and with the gun. He's being sued, and also the production company is being sued. Almost definitely. And they're going to get millions of dollars because it's no in the world. Why in the world y'all having a real gun with a real bullet and it's actually taking somebody's life? So 100%, I would definitely say he'd go because it was in your hand and someone had lost their life. So 100%, he needs to be in jail, locked up, and throw away the key. But if that was me, I'd have been in jail, in prison. Now, if he's not going to go to jail, that family needs to get paid at least $60 million. And if I was a judge and if I was on the jury, I most definitely will be saying he need to that family need to be awarded to $65 million. That's what that family need to be awarded to, because someone lost their life. And for everybody that's in the chat saying that it's not his fault, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Most definitely need to understand that the gun was in his hands. Right there. All right. So most definitely they need to get 75 to 85 million dollars. All right? Because it's his fault. Mr. Baldwin's fault. He did it. And when I said this originally on my show, and I said this on Two Man and a Lady, nobody wanted to believe me. Katie didn't want to believe me. Conch didn't want to believe me. They said, "Oh no, Wiley, it's not his fault at all." And I'm like, no, he definitely needs to be charged with a reckless homicide or manslaughter. Should have been a charge. I don't understand how he's not charged, how he's not arrested, how he's still walking around here free. But if he can't get charged in a criminal sense, almost definitely civilly, he need to get $800 million. Need to be out of his pocket and given to the family of the deceased. Most definitely, because I'll be trying to sue for $800 to $900 million. He will have to be bankrupt. That is justice. All right? And it's going to be hard. And I know I'm saying this, and people are not going to like it, but you're not going to go around just throwing out and my family member is gone. And I'm like, what is going on? They lose their life by Mr. Baldwin's hands, and saying that it was an accident is not going to bring back my loved one. Saying that it was an accident is not going to bring her back in the essence of bring her back. All right. So I do want to say a legal note here that we do not know if he's guilty or innocent. We just feel, my personal opinion, we feel that it needs to be a civil suit, and that family needs to sue Mr. Baldwin. All right. I definitely want to go ahead and read this legal note. We don't know if he's guilty or innocent because we was not there. So everything that we're saying is alleged because we was not in the room. All right. But I do believe in my heart that that family needs to get to $800 to $900 million. That family, yes. That $800 to $900 million. That's what that family needs to get. All right. In my humble opinion. Okay. That's what I want to say regarding that. All right. We're going to see how that's going to be played out. And of course, we would definitely open up the phone lines and we will allow y'all to call in and speak on that. And then you could call in and say that. But okay, let me ask y'all. Press 1 if you think that he's innocent. If you think that Alex Baldwin is innocent, press 1. Press 2, you think he's guilty. Press 1 if you think he's innocent. Press 2, you think he's guilty. All right, press 1, you think he's innocent. Press 2, you think he's guilty. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, he need to be brought to justice. Press 1 if you think he's innocent. Press 2, you think he's guilty. All right? Okay? So we're gonna definitely see about that. We're definitely saying that. Make sure y'all thumbs up this video really quickly. I need y'all to thumbs up this video. But I'm super excited that the family is suing Mr. Baldwin. He needs to be sued. You are never supposed to point a gun at anyone, prop or not. Facts. That's what we're talking about here. Oh, most definitely. It's a very sad situation, but it's not his fault. Somebody's life is lost. All right. So when someone's life is lost, most definitely you need to be brought to justice. And I say this humbly. Producers would okay. All right. So we thank y'all so very much for the support, for supporting the show. Okay. The production company as well as him. The same thing happened to Bruce Lee's son. They didn't arrest anyone. And arrests need to be happening because someone lost their life when it comes to that. All right. Okay. All right. And I said that thank you so very much, Tasha, for that, because it did happen with Bruce Lee's son. And something needs to happen in this case, in my humble opinion. Something needs to happen in this case. I'm just saying it needs to happen. Like if that was my loved one, I'm not going to be trying to hear, well, it wasn't his fault. He's an actor. He works in Hollywood. Ain't nowhere in the world where I'm going to sit here and allow you all to tell me, oh, he's an actor. He works in Hollywood. He was set up. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm going to want some justice. That's what I'm going to want. So y'all can sit here, y'all can say all this other type of stuff, but I'm going to want some justice. That's exactly what I'm going to want. It's some justice. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to want some justice. As they say, no justice, no peace. Almost definitely, I'm gonna want some justice. I don't know nothing about y'all, but if that was y'all situation, y'all would have been the same way. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Make sure y'all like this video. And I'm just giving my right opinion when it comes to that. And I'm definitely giving my right opinion when it comes to that. Now, here we go. Now, shout out to Monique. Okay. Shout out to TS Madison. And I want to say this humbly. Last week we did a show. We were talking about the show. We were talking about T.S. Madison, and we gave our opinion. A lot of people don't like my opinion. Some of the T.S. Madison fans were giving me some hate mail. It was like, how you come at her? You're mad because you're not on Fox, so you will never be blessed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They was just letting me have it. And I just gave my opinion about her show on Turned Out, giving my opinion about it on my show. And of course, I get dragged on. So I get dragged in email. But I will say this though, I was 100% love the fact that Monique went on T.S. Madison's show. And the thing about it is when she came on the show, T.S. Madison was like, when me and this former co-host, I'm like, no, put some respect on Kaya's name. Don't call her former co-host, say Kaya. Because she wasn't a former co-host, former whatever. When you did a show with her, you put her name on it. So put name on it, because for the average person, you need to know who you was working with. But she didn't want to put respect on Kaya's name. And I felt some type of way. I'm like, why are you not putting respect on Kaya's name? So Monique was like, well, that sister that you speak of is Kaya. And so I want to shout out to Monique for putting respect on Kaya. And she said, Kaya said that I agree with Monique. And that's how I wanted to have a conversation with y'all. And of course, T.S. Madison was talking about let's say the technical issues that they were having with this interview. Now, mind you, Monique was the only A-list celebrity on the Queen's Court. All right, with an Oscar-winning person. That was the only Oscar-winning, award-winning human being on their show. So, and that could have really opened up doors for the Queen's Court if they didn't have those technical difficulties. Because let's break that down. Now, a lot of people don't understand that it was Dr. Larry Reed and his brother or friend that T.S. Madison went over to their house, and she liked the quality that Dr. Larry Reed had, because they interviewed Monique. They interviewed T.S. Madison. So T.S. Madison went back to Kaya and said, hey, let's bring back, let's upgrade the equipment with the webcam. Let's upgrade the equipment and let's bring it to the basement, because I went over there to Dr. Larry Reed, and Dr. Larry Reed and his brother, they had this good equipment, and say, hey, let's bring it over to the basement. So she brought all of this equipment to the basement, and she was hiring Dr. Larry D. Reed to help with the equipment. Y'all with me? All right. So he was helping them to build it up so they can have good equipment. But Dr. Larry Reed went live. Listen to me. And they started to drag Maddie. They started to drag Kaya, saying that they were cheap. They didn't want to spend no money. That they was too, they wasn't on time. They was late. They was all over the place. All right. And of course, Kaya called them the Three Stooges. So they was saying all of this stuff that y'all don't know happened. I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. And Kaya said, it's something in my spirit. Why you got all these people in the house? And I'm not gonna say the words that she said, because she called them Three Stooges. She called them something else in the house. And then Dr. Reed dragged Kaya and dragged T.S. Madison, said they was too cheap. They didn't want to spend no money. Long story short, Monique comes to the basement virtually, and the equipment and stuff wasn't working. It wasn't going live. It wasn't working. It was all over the place. TS Madison started to cry. It was all, and we saw all of this on Monique's Periscope. If y'all remember, they don't do that anymore. Twitter used to have a Periscope. If y'all remember Periscope. So we saw all the tea on Monique Periscope because she was recording it all on the Periscope of the downfall of the Queen's Court. And that's when Kaya said, hey, I'm going to get in my van. I'm going home. And she got in her van and she went home. And she never returned back to the Queen's Court. All right? Okay. All right, that was that. So that was like literally 4 years ago. And I remember it like it was yesterday because I was watching. All right. So now today they posted the interview, or was it today or yesterday? But I watched it today. Of Monique going on the Queen's Court, and Monique was having a conversation, and Monique literally drove the whole interview. Like, you know, she asked about the Netflix. They're still they're still going back and forth. Her and Netflix in court. Actually, Monique got a legal win with Netflix, and this was like a couple of years ago, that she was able to move forward with her lawsuit because Netflix, they tried to get her lawsuit thrown out, and the judge was like, no, she can continue it. She have every legal right to continue with this lawsuit. So they just having this conversation, and that's still going on. And then she asked her about Tyler Perry. Now, stuff to have with Precious and about how she felt like she did everything obligated to Lee Daniels. She did not want to go ahead on to the festival and go ahead and continue that. And she said that Oprah was going to send her jet so her to go to the festival to promote the movie. And she did not want to go and promote the movie internationally because she was spending time with her family. She had the Monique show, she had the Queens of Comedy, and she just had some downtime with her third husband, Sydney. So they just having this conversation. Another thing that she said, that Lee Daniels, not Lee Daniels, sorry, with Tyler Perry, that T.S. Madison heard the conversation. She heard that when oh my gosh, what's his name? Tyler Perry said that he was wrong, that he heard this conversation, and that Monique was right, that he want to apologize. He said once his move was over, he was gonna come out publicly. So Monique recorded that conversation, sent it to the blogs, and they played it, if y'all don't remember. And T.S. Madison said, I agree. You're right. He did say that he was wrong. And let's go to the two people. Let's go to Kevin Hart and also Reverend Al Sharpton. They both called Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry said he do not want to revisit it. Tyler Perry is over it. He don't want to revisit it at all. And then recently that we learned in this interview, because I'm like, what is new that we learned from it? That Tyler Perry reached out to the mutual friend of him and Monique and said, hey, I would meet with Monique, but I do not want to meet with her and her third husband. I want to meet with her, me and her, and she needs to apologize to Oprah and apologize to me for saying that we destroyed her career. She needs to apologize. Now, this is what I want to say, because I want to say this. These are grown people. And number one, it should be some apologies, but not just from Lee Daniels and Oprah Winfrey. It needs to be from Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Monique and her husband. All of them need to say sorry. Even if you know you didn't do nothing wrong, you should apologize. And the third husband should apologize. Everybody should apologize. And there's nothing wrong with apology. Even if you didn't do nothing wrong, say, you know what? I want to apologize because maybe I shouldn't have posted the recording publicly. Because what messed up Monique, I think, with Tyler is that she and her third husband posted the recording. Not only did they record Tyler Perry, but they released the recording publicly. All right? They released the recording publicly. So while releasing that recording publicly, you kind of destroy anything you had to do with Tyler Perry, because he like, why in the world are you releasing something I called y'all privately and you release this recording publicly? I'm not down with that. So in Tyler Perry mind, I'm done with you, sus. You can't be trusted because you and your third husband released this recording publicly. So I'm not going to be down with that, because why in the world would you release this recording publicly? And that's a really a good point to put out, because why in the world would they do that? So that was like a bridge that she burned with her third husband. They burnt that bridge with Tyler Perry. Now they would have just went on and not released it. And then when I say third husband, that's Sydney is her third husband. She had two other husbands before she had Sydney. So when I say third husband, I just love saying third husband. All right. They not, that's daddy. So her and daddy should never release the recording, but the interview was good. But Monique literally drove the interview. Like, it wasn't like TS Madison was asking all these questions and breaking it down, get something new and all that. Monique literally drove the entire conversation. All right. So yeah, she did. Monique drove the entire conversation. Like, she drove the entire conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it was her. I wish the interview was longer because I had some very good questions. I wanted to know about her future projects, and something that Monique said, and that Tyler Perry tried to trick her, I would say, and say, if you were to do this, if you were to promote the movie overseas and you get the Oscar, you would get $3 to $5 million. No black actress, not even Halle Berry, were getting those paydays. And still to this day, that was a decade ago, black actresses are not getting those big paydays when it comes to movies. Even when it comes to sitcoms, they're not getting the $3 to $5 to $6, $7, $8 million, $10 million paydays. I don't think it's no black actress in the world getting those type of checks when it comes to doing movies. Let's just be real. I don't know any. If you know any, you can post in the comment. I'm talking about a black actress. If you sign up and do a movie and you get $10 million, I haven't seen it. I don't think ever we had actresses getting those type of paydays when it comes to movies. $10 million to sign up and do a movie. I'm just saying, I'm talking about doing a movie. I'm not talking about you going to Angela Bassett. She doing a show. She get paid per episode. I'm talking about a movie. Listen to what I'm saying, a movie. I don't think is no black actors start getting those type of paydays for a movie. And if it is, it's probably just one. But just because you won an Oscar doesn't mean that you automatically going to get those multi-million-dollar paydays for black actresses. That's not going to happen, because even Halle Berry said it didn't happen for her. She even said, hey, it didn't even happen for me, and I won an Oscar. And I just want to be real with it. Okay. Now, Monique, she did not want to go and release and promote the movie overseas. And that's her right. Me personally, if I were her, I would have promoted it overseas, because it would have saved you all this headache. You want to be over here crying, talking about Lee Daniels did this and this person did this. I would at least released it overseas. I would at least would have went on and released it, in my humble opinion. If it was me, I would have went on and said, hey, she did not want to work for free. I went on and just released it. I would went on to Con and just go ahead over there and just did all that, because it would have saved her so much headache. And she would have had so many other movies. She wouldn't have to deal with Monique. Monique wouldn't have to deal with Tyler Perry says she's difficult, or Oprah saying that she's difficult. All that could have just went out. She would have just went over there and promoted Precious overseas. That's the whole thing. She did not want to do it. And they started saying that she was difficult. But I think personally, if she would have did that, it would have been great. Apparently, Monique been married 3 times. Monique, this is her 3rd husband. See, y'all didn't listen to the interview. She been married. This is her 3rd husband. Sydney is her 3rd husband. She been married twice before that. So y'all didn't listen to the interview. Look at y'all keep saying why he keeps saying her 3rd husband. Did y'all listen to the interview? Hold on 1 second. Did y'all listen to the interview? Sydney is her 3rd husband. Sydney is her 3rd husband. All right. Did y'all hear that in the interview? 1 second. Did y'all hear that in the interview? I just want to make sure that y'all hear that. This is her 3rd husband. No, you would. Well, you would. Okay. Now, now wait a minute. Okay. No, you will, Wiley. You will return Tasha equipment. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me respond to that. Okay, I get you, K. Nicole. Okay. The reason why I didn't return the equipment is because it was a gift. I'm not going to return a gift that was given to me. I'm not going to return it. Okay? Okay? So I'm not going to return a gift that was given to me. It was no refund. I just had to say that because I felt pressure from her employee, not from Tasha, but her employee. Even Dr. Larry said, give it back. And I told Dr. Larry, with all due respect, I'm not giving nothing back because it was a gift. I didn't ask for it. It was a gift. Next thing you know, it was sent to my P.O. box, and I went on, and I'm going to be using it, and I'm using it right now. It's a gift. So I'm not going to return a gift that was given to me. I'm not going to do that. I just had to say that. All right. But if I was in Monique's shoes, I would have went and promoted the movie overseas. I would have took my family, we'd have went overseas, and we would have promoted that movie if I was in her shoes. But I'm not. And I understand what she's saying. She did not want to work for free promoting the movie overseas because she didn't get paid to promote the movie in the United States. Because typically when you sign up for a movie, you are required to, it's like an unspoken rule that you are required to promote the movie so the movie will do well, but you don't get paid to promote the movie. Now with Kevin Hart, he negotiated the deal because they thought that we can use his social media, and he spoke up and said, hey, y'all can't just use my Twitter and my Facebook, my Instagram, because this is me. That's what I built. And if you want to utilize those outlets, you must have to pay me to utilize my Twitter, Instagram. So that's why people negotiate deals when you want to use social media. When you want to use actors or actors' social media to promote the movie, you have to pay them. All right. Okay. So when it comes to that, I just had to say this. So that's for sure. If y'all remember that. Now, I watched the interview. It was a good interview. I would ask some better questions. I'm just want to be honest. I would have asked Monique some better questions. I'd have been more prepared and asked her some better questions. I felt like Monique was deserving of a bigger interview than just a segment. I feel like she should never just got a segment. I feel like she should have gotten more airtime because that's Monique. Honestly, in my humble opinion, that's what I believe in. All right. She promoted the movie, but she did not responsible for overseas. That's what it was. She didn't want to promote the movie overseas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's she didn't want to promote it overseas. And I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be paid for it. But Monique took a hit for not doing that because she said no to some very powerful people. Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. Those are very powerful people in this business. And if they spread words and say, he difficult or wildly difficult, you can miss out on a lot of opportunities. So thank you that she's doing good for that. And I'm grateful that she did that and she spoke up. I just wish I want to see more of Monique because she's an amazing actress. She did something. What was the name of the movie Was it Blackbird? Let me see. Give me a second. It was a movie that she did. Was it Blackbird? Hold on. I think the name of the movie was. I think the name of the movie was Blackbird. Yeah, that was a good movie. Make sure y'all go watch it. She's an amazing actress. Like when it comes to stuff like that, Monique is an amazing actress, and we definitely want to see some more movies of her and stuff when it comes to that. So most definitely, I think she's great. Just like Kevin Hart spoke of and said, hey, if you want to see my social media, if you want to do that, most definitely, you got to pay me. So I understand and I get it. Wish they should get paid. If you want me to promote the movie, put that in my budget and say, hey, Mr. Wiley, I'm gonna give you $500,000. Can you go overseas and promote this movie? Because she only got paid for Lee Daniels $50,000. All right, she only got paid to do for $50,000. Okay, all right. So yeah, so okay, we're gonna move on for that. She only got paid $50,000 to do Precious. So they could have paid her $500,000 to promote the movie overseas. Excuse me. I would have went overseas. I would have went overseas. Just give my opinion and stuff like that. All right. So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move on, and then I'm gonna open up the phone lines, allow y'all to call in for it. All right. I'm definitely gonna do that and allow y'all to call in when it comes to that. All right. Give me a second. I want to see where is. All right. Now, congratulations. Well, Nicki. Congratulations to Nicki and DaBaby. It reached number 2. She failed to reach number 1. This is a failure for Nicki Minaj, and we all thought, do we have a problem with it? Got her to number 1. It did not reach to number 1. It's a failure for the Barbs. They failed to get her to number 1. DaBaby failed to get her to number 1, and Nicki Minaj was upset. She was angry. Like she was like, I'm number 1. I don't need to go to number 1 because I'm number 1 or something like that. She went on a whole rant. Then she went on a whole rant on stage. She had going in on the bar, just went in. She went on a rant, and I'm like, just you failed to reach number 1. Now, just admit it, like you wanted to go number 1. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Don't act like you did not want to go number 1. You wanted to go number 1 on the record. It didn't reach number 1. It failed to reach number 1. And that's a failure because you're supposed to be the queen. I want to say this: you're supposed to be the queen, and it didn't reach number 1. It reached number 2. Okay. And then I'm hearing that it's going down the charts. Like it may even debunk back down to like number 8 or number 9 on the chart. So we don't know. We'll see next week when the new charts come out. But she wanted to get to that number 1 spot. It did not get there. It's a failure for Nicki Minaj. It's a failure. It's a failure for that, and she still don't have a record by herself reaching number 1. All right, she still don't have that. Now, Bussin' is a terrible record. I was not into Bussin'. I was into the snippet of Bussin', but the full record, it was trash. It was trash. But number 2 is not good for Nicki. She's the queen of hip hop, and once you're the queen, you're supposed to be number 1. She had failed to reach number 1. The Barbs have failed to reach number 1 for her to get to that number 1 spot. And Nicki Minaj feels the type of way because she wanted to be number 1. She wanted to be number 1, and it did not happen for her. And she feels some type of way. She's going to act like she did not want to be number 1. But she did, because if she would have reached number 1, she'd have been bragging all about it. All right. So we're going to see about it. I don't think she would have reached number 2 if it wasn't for DaBaby. Excuse me, for DaBaby. If it wasn't for DaBaby. But I was researching that I don't think Nicki got any number 1 hits by herself. By herself. I don't think she got any number 1 hit by a song by herself, number 1. I don't think so. And if so, if you got any Barbs in here, y'all can comment below and y'all can let me know if she got any number 1 hits by herself. But me personally, I don't believe she got any number 1 hits by herself. Okay. In my humble opinion. But I do want to give her congratulations for her to reaching number two. Because like I said, for her being in the game for 14 years, reaching number two is a win. But it's Nicki. Nicki's the queen, so she's supposed to reach number one. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You supposed to be the queen of hip hop. Queen's supposed to be number one, not number two. Okay, I thought I should say that. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next comment. To the next thing. I know they ain't gonna like that, but that's the truth. Where's my Wendy Williams? Give me a second. I'm gonna go to Wendy Williams next. Do I have her in there? Okay. So Wendy Williams finally listed to the Wiley Show. I said we give Wendy Williams a suggestion. We was like, go live. We reached out to her DMs and we said, go live, go live. Let the people know that you're fine. If you know that. So her son was recording the video of her going live. She was on the beach and she was going live and she was recording and she released it on her new Instagram page. If y'all did not know, she released it on her new Instagram page. Give me a second. And the name of her new Instagram page is, I think it's Wendy Williams. Give me a second. Let me see. Where is it at? Let me see where we at. It's called The Real Wendy Williams Online. The Real Wendy Williams Online. So she released a video of her walking on the beach. And we have sold to Wendy Williams. I don't know if y'all were there. We said, listen, go live. That would debunk all this stuff that you crazy and that you got dementia and you got all this stuff that you in a wheelchair. Go live. That will help you if you do a video, do something. And tell me why she went on the page and she went live. Let me play a little bit of it.
Mother, father, sister, brother, family. And it's very peaceful being here, you know? Good. Look at this. Oh, so beautiful. It seems windy because it is.
Is it always like this or is it usually warmer?
It's usually, no, it's not usually warmer. It's still winter. It usually gets up to, they say, 80 degrees.
Okay. And so this is the voice note that we left Wendy. Give me a sec, because y'all don't believe me. This is the voice note that we left her. We got the proof here. This is the voice note that we left Wendy on Saturday. We left this to her on Saturday. Press play. Hold on. Can we play it? It ain't letting me play it. Okay, hold on. It's not letting me play it. Because I got the voice note right here. Give me a second. Let me see something. All right. So it's not letting me play the voice note. Okay. So we want to say shout out to Wendy Williams for doing this because this is what she sounds wonderful. She sounds fine. She don't sound like she have dementia. She don't sound like she have any of those things. She sounds good right now. She sounds really, really good right now. And they're saying that Wendy Williams publicist said that Wendy Williams has a new Instagram page, The Real Wendy Williams Online. Today, Wendy Williams shared a video of her walking on a Florida beach speaking to her son, Kelvin. Winter says she's coming back. She's coming back stronger, and definitely he released that video. So we want to say special shout out to Wendy Williams. Definitely want to do it. She sounds like herself. She we they said, well, we did it live on the show and everyone should go back and look. Yeah, everyone should go back and look. If I had the time, I left her that voice note. I said, listen, go live on your page and let the people know that you're fine because that would debunk all the rumors that you got dementia, that you're in a wheelchair, that you this and that you that. And she did all that stuff. So we want to say special shout out to Wendy Williams for doing that. And we want to give a special shout out for her for showing that love and posting that to her page. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let me see. And yeah, so glad she's doing better. They, doing that, they can watch your previous. Yeah, you can watch the previous video because we did. We told her to do that, and she did exactly that because that is something that she needed to do in order for her show to grow. Like for her to get the publicity that she needed. Like, let's be clear, her show wouldn't have gotten it wouldn't have gotten the publicity that she had dementia because she was silent. And so when you're silent, misinformation, lies can really travel because you're not saying nothing. It's like it's the truth. But her walking on the beach, her making a sound, her talking literally made it like Wendy is doing great. We definitely will see her back on her show because she needs to be back on her show. Don't get me wrong, I like Sherry Shepherd, but I haven't watched the Wendy Williams show because Wendy is not on there, so I don't watch it. You know, I don't watch it. I don't even watch it when Terrence Howard was on there. I'm just not a fan of watching it, seeing a show that's not Wendy Williams. So I would love to see her back on television again. Uh, so it's definitely great. So she's watching, and we told her to go live. I want Wendy to take the implants out. What? So we're gonna open up. We're gonna open up the phone lines. Give me a second. We're gonna open the phone lines and allow you all to call in. Hold on, let me see. We're gonna open up. We're gonna open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in. So if y'all are free, we're gonna open up these lines and allow you all to call in. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna open up the lines. Catch the replay. I missed the Wendy caller. So we need to Kaya on the show, Tasha K. I want to let me see. Yeah, so I'm gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in. So give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, it's something else I want to talk about. I didn't even put his picture up here, but young Pharaoh. This I want to say this, and I really wanted to talk about this yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it. So young Pharaoh, why get these lines booted up? Young Pharaoh went on Storm Monroe's show yesterday, and I was watching that, and young Pharaoh was literally cussing out Golden Beauty. He was just cussing out. I mean, he was literally on. He couldn't even stay on one subject. He was just going into multiple different subjects, and it was a hot mess. And I was talking with somebody that used to watch Young Pharaoh. They said, Wiley, we never seen Young Pharaoh act a way like this. But then somebody else called in that's a friend of Young Pharaoh and that was sleeping with him, said this, I do believe that Young Pharaoh is back on drugs. Because when you on drugs, you do a lot of weird stuff. You do a lot of weird stuff. But the way how he cussing on his baby mama and saying that she's selling her punani and just cussing all this stuff out. And you would have never thought that this man would get hundreds of thousands of people watching his live and doing lectures and all this. He had literally lost himself. Really. I'm just saying he have literally lost himself when it comes to that. And I want to say that humbly. He have literally lost himself when it comes to that. And I want to say he's definitely a different person. And also too, I saw that and I was finishing up watching K Michelle's show. And I watched that show. I want to apologize to Erica Banks because, and let me tell you why I was watching Kim Michelle's show, My Killer Body, and I'm gonna review it in another episode. But I do want to say this: I do want to apologize to Erica Banks because I kept saying Erica Banks need to get a booze job. Erica Banks need to go to booze job. She need to get a booze job. Get her booze out. Get her booze out. And I didn't know that so many people are getting like BBLs and they're messing up their body. Like that show to me brought tears to my eyes. I was crying because I'm like, it's so many women that going and getting these surgeries and they're trying to be like these Instagram models and it's destroying their bodies. And I cried. I really cried. And I was like, and it was really something. So if y'all didn't go and see that show, go see that show. It's most definitely a good show. It's going to make you cry because it made me cry. And another show that I'm watching, let me see if I can pull it up. And this show was good. Give me a second. Give me a second. I posted this on my community wall. Give me a second, see if I can post it on here. Give me a second. I wanna. Where's the? Now this show. Oh my gosh! I watched 3 episodes of it. I was skeptical of it, but man, it is off the chain. This show is off the chain. Bel Air, I'm telling y'all, if you're not watching that show, it's 3 episodes on Peacock. Man, I watched all 3 episodes, and when I tell you that it was off the chain, off the chain, off the chain. So make sure y'all go and check that show out. Okay? I'm saying it's off the chain. And it's like it's 3 episodes on there. It's a series, so they already got 3 episodes on there. So if y'all not on there, make sure y'all go check it out. And Peacock's not that expensive. Well, it's good. I highly suggest you go watch it. It's all 3 episodes on there. It's really really good. I watched all of it. It's not. It's like it's a new version. It's a drama, and it's a new version, and it's really really good. It's just really 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 good. All right. Okay. Really, really good. Now back to like young Pharaoh. He talking about he cut his ankle monitor off. This man is a disaster. It's a disaster. But I personally believe that that brother is facing some demons and he need to get through it. And until he's fixing that and get through it, is that way. Now I don't care if he called women bees because to the women that he deal with, they like that because they are giving him punani and all of that. So I don't care if he called them bees because they answer to it. So if you answer to it, if that's what you want to be called, then you want to be called that. Um, and he has said something that I think is so true, and I agree with that women call each other bees. There's some women out here that call each other bees. So if a man said, "What's the problem?" So I don't see the issue with it, especially for the women that he's getting involved with. They love that, and even Golden Beauty like because she be laughing and giggling and all that type of stuff. So I don't see the problem with it. But I just have an issue with him getting a weapon and popping up her house and all that. That's crazy. I don't agree with that, but he definitely did an interview with Storm Rowe, and it was a good interview. I watched all of it, and I'm like, wow, this is what this brother going through. Wow. So I'm gonna open up this phone line for y'all like that. Okay. And I gotta finish reading my CNA thoughts. I'm not even finished reading it. I was like catching up on these shows because there's so many shows out here, and I got Peacock, and I was watching that. So I gotta finish reading CNA thoughts, and I ain't got that long to go because it ain't gonna take me that long. But it's good. It's good. It's a good book. Give me a second. I'm opening up the phone lines.
Your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Let me see.
Your show is scheduled to start in 33 seconds.
Okay, I got the phone lines open up. Hold on.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Peacock.
Blog Talk Radio.
I don't know the caller, knowing the B and all that. Well, I'm just saying if they answered to it, what's the problem? They answered it to it. So what's the problem with them calling them that? Now, if you don't answer to it, then I can understand why you have a problem with it. But for to his baby mamas, they know what they're getting on to. They giving it some, so hey. All right, so we're gonna open up the phone lines. 6268, caller, you on air.
Hi, Wally. I got you on speed dial. I don't know if you can hear me. You can hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, I said I got you on speed dial. You know, I wanted to speak on this Alec Baldwin. I feel so bad for this man. This was a terrible, unfortunate accident, and he does not need to be sued for this situation. The studio has to be sued for this. You know, no one goes to work to kill someone. You know, if you're an actor, you know, this man is just devastating for him to have to live with doing something like that. I just can't imagine having such an accident on the job. The actors and these props and these guns. And the man said he didn't even pull the trigger. He said he cocked back the revolver. He didn't even pull it. The thing was just ready to go.
Oh wow! So
I did. Bad for the man.
I feel. Excuse me. Honestly, I feel bad for him, but I feel bad for the family because they lost somebody, and somebody have to pay.
Of course, they lost. Well, that studio is going to have to pay the insurance for the. You know, you can't blame that actor for that. Somebody when they hand them the gun, they gave him the code that the gun was unloaded. So. Oh yeah, it was his job just to perform his act. Now, I want to talk about my girl, Wendy Williams, you know, because I'm 58 years old, my damn self. I wish Wendy never would have divorced her husband. You know, I really wish she never, I don't care about the baby. See, these women got to stop giving these, she's 60 years old. Who in the hell want to start all over again, half of 100 years old? These old ass women better stop and learn how to stop just giving these younger women their husbands just because these younger women gave them some tail. They got to stop giving up their life like that. Like, I'm going to say it. And then when I heard that Kevin is going to be involved with her money again, and you know what? Everybody's going to throw tomatoes at
No,
me,
that's her
it's
son.
a good damn thing.
Her son was going to be power attorney, not her husband. Her son is going to be power attorney for that, and she's going to put her son as power attorney. But I disagree. I don't think that she should have stayed with a man that's getting a baby and impregnated impregnate this woman. Like, no, I'm not going. Why stay with somebody that is cheating on you and then got a baby on the side? Like, why would I stay with a man like that? Obviously, you want to be somewhere else. Obviously,
I'm gonna answer you as 58-year-old bitch. I'm going to answer you as a 58-year-old fucking woman. I'm not giving my husband away. I done gave this man 30 years of my life just because he went and got some pussy pregnant. Okay? I'm sorry. No. It will be no divorce. It will be none of that.
So you're going to share your husband. You don't mind sharing your husband.
She been sharing him for 10 years. She knew she was sharing that man. She knew there was another affair. Wendy knew all of this. It's just the baby that she got mad about. She shouldn't have got mad, but she should have just kept it up. She should have just kept it up and let him act like a Christian Thompson.
I mean,
really?
No.
Because all of these women that saying I'm crazy and all that bullshit. First of all, be 60 years old and lose a husband and see what it feels like. You know? Come on now.
So what I'm trying to say is you don't mind if your husband, first of all, okay, cheating, number one. And then you also don't mind if your husband get pregnant another woman. You would keep your husband? You would not divorce him?
Listen, yes. I'm a black, listen, okay, Wiley, let me explain.
I'm trying to understand.
Wait a minute. I'm a black American woman that feels that no black man and no man should have one wife. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God did not make us like that. No one woman, no man should have just one woman.
Okay.
That's a white man law to keep you from making more Indians. That was a white man law infringed on a black man.
So I understand it. I understand that. I understand that if you are in a relationship and you are in having multiple wives, I understand on multiple husbands. I understand that you came to that agreement. But if you are in a relationship where you did not have that agreement and that you want to be faithful to your love, you're faithful to that one person, then that's what you had. I don't think that Wendy had that agreement that I'm going to share my husband. Like, no, not at
Of
all.
course she did.
Not at all. I don't think that was the agreement.
When you dealing with mortgages, this man Kevin they was legally
What?
married. He had another house, a whole mortgage. So you don't think that Wendy knew the financial affairs of her situation? That house was bought with her damn money. She knew this. Her husband had another affair. She did not care.
So you don't mind. So
care.
again, I'm going to say it again. So for you, if your husband were to come to you tonight, if you're married, I don't know if you're married or not, and came to you and say, baby, I have got somebody pregnant, you would keep your husband.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I'm going to welcome the baby. I will be that baby stepmother. Yes. You would not be getting my husband. I would not. No. He been coming home late. He'll continue to come home late. But the bottom line is he going to come home. That's the key. He going to come home. Old bitches out there, hear me and hear me now. Stop giving away your husbands to these younger women. I said it and I meant it. Because half of these young and old women, husbands are messing around on them right now. The ones that saying I ain't shit. The ones that saying that bitch don't know what she talking about. Okay? Now I'm talking to that bitch that's about to get rid of her fucking husband, that got a mortgage to pay, that got a family already. You want to start all over again? Don't do it to yourself, sweetie. Don't do it to yourself. Because it was a white man law, okay? Not a black man law that a woman can have a man can have one wife. It was a white man law, okay? Not a black man law. So you women got to stop destroying your relationships because of this. Young and old. Oh, he had sex with her. I'll never touch him again. Baby, please. Baby, please, stop it. Stop ruining your relationships because of affairs. Now, if he loves the other woman, that's something different. If he wants to leave you, that's something different. That's something totally different.
All right.
If the man,
so how long you been married?
I've been married, my son, 18 years.
And so if your husband come to you tonight and say, listen, I got Shirley pregnant, you will keep him.
Well, actually, I don't know how many babies this man is out there making. I don't know what he's doing. I don't care.
Oh my gosh. So he's not. So wait. So he's not faithful. So he's not.
You can't use my miserable marriage to a good marriage. I'm just letting that woman know that is married and she's 60 years old and she find out her husband.
So you're not
from another woman. Don't.
So your husband is not faithful. So I'm not getting your business, but your husband is not faithful to you, is what you're saying.
No, my husband was faithful to me. Right now, me and my husband is not together because I don't choose to have him in my household. I don't want my husband no more.
Right. So Wendy had the same decision.
No, it's not because of an affair. I don't want to. I didn't get rid of my husband because he was having affairs or having an affair. That wasn't my decision. I don't like the way he's taking care of himself. So that's why I don't want to be bothered no more. But if my husband was taking care of himself and having that money like he's supposed to, no, I wouldn't give a damn how many kids he have outside of the marriage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So we want to say thank you so much for calling in.
I know, but Wiley, I know everybody want to throw tomatoes, but I'm saving somebody's fucking marriage.
Oh, hold on with the language. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, Lord. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Okay, so regarding the last caller, women, I would not suggest for y'all to share a man, husband or not. That is a sign that you have low self-esteem and probably mental health issues. The man obviously does not want you, and at that point, you are a doormat to him, not a woman or a wife. Whew. Now, let me look at my legal notes in regards to this Alec Baldwin lawsuit. to the people in the chat, let me explain something to y'all. As someone who works in the film industry and has worked in the film industry for over 15 years, okay, the actor is supposed to receive the gun from the armorer. The armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, was nowhere near this incident, meaning everybody was supposed to wait for her to come back to the set to check the gun, to then give it to the AD, who then gives it to Alec Baldwin. Okay, that did not happen. What happened was the AD, the assistant director, he picked up the gun without checking the gun. He handed the gun to Alec Baldwin and told him that the gun was cold, meaning the gun was safe to use. There were no bullets in the barrel. Now, even though the AD told Alec that the gun was safe to use without checking it, once Alec received the gun, it was still his responsibility to check the gun. You are handling the gun. You are responsible for checking it. Even if so-and-so said, oh, it's safe, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Now, the other issue is, if y'all remember, Alec did an interview with ABC, and he was very adamant that he did not pull the trigger. That is not true. That has been proven to not be true. He did pull the trigger. The family actually put together a very intricate video, a recreation of what happened. I believe it's on TMZ if y'all want to go check that out. So, again, these people were not even filming a scene at the time. What they were doing was a camera setup. They were trying to figure out how to angle the camera for the scene. Okay. Alec, again, was supposed to check and make sure the gun was safe. He did not do that, obviously. Also, anytime you are handling a gun, you are never supposed to point the gun at anyone, and you are never supposed to pull the trigger. When the team are filming a scene involving an actor to fire a prop gun or fire a firearm, no one is in front of them. Okay, there's a huge bulletproof setup. There's whole safety protocols that are supposed to go with that. So he in the recreation video, he did fire the weapon, the gun that they were using for that particular scene. It can't be jammed. Like, you literally have to pull the trigger. So he's telling people, oh, the gun just went off. The gun just went off. No, sir. You pulled the trigger, you aimed it, and then you pulled the trigger. And 2 people got shot and 1 lost their life.
Yeah, because, I mean, you say you work on this set and you work in a bit. So do you think criminally he should be held responsible criminally? I'm trying to understand, like, if...
Yes.
Okay.
That's criminal negligence. And it became criminal negligence when, A, he did not check the gun. He pointed the gun at a person. He pointed the gun at Helena Hutchinson, and then he pulled the trigger. Now, what possessed him to do those things, I have no idea. Is he guilty of criminal negligence? In my opinion, yes, he is.
Because I'm like, you work on a set, so it goes through okay, you say you work in a business. It's like a process with a gun. Because my understanding, it's supposed to go through so many safety protocols. Do you think it was a breakdown in a safety protocol?
Wiley, it is supposed to go through several different people, and that is why I'm so upset about this. Because for the people in the chat who don't know, the other issue with this whole incident is several crew members had been complaining about safety protocols not being followed on this set. And it also caused several crew members to quit this production. And I'll also note, again, people are saying, oh, well, Alec isn't responsible. He's just an actor. No, ma'am. No, sir. Alec is the lead actor of this film. He's also the lead producer of this film. And his production company is also producing this film. So, yes, he is very responsible. In addition to him being the person that pulled the trigger, yeah, legally you are, yes, he is responsible.
Wow. Okay. So it was his production company and him acting on it. So I think it should be both criminal and civil. I think that millions of dollars should be paid to the family. Honestly.
Yes. Someone said, if someone is telling you the gun is safe, who would check it? Okay, so subscribers, again, there are protocols that have to be followed on set. So again, even if someone is telling you the gun is safe, you don't know if that person checked the gun, which Dave Halls did not check the gun before he gave it to Alec. So that is why they say every single person who handles this gun is supposed to check to make sure it's safe. Period.
I agree. I do believe Alec's failure, and then I didn't believe when he said, "Well, I didn't pull the trigger." I'm like, how the gun go if you ain't pull the trigger? Because I remember he said that on ABC with the ABC interview. So we're gonna see how this is gonna play out.
Not pull the trigger, and in the reenactment video that the family produced, they showed exactly what happened, given the information that they received from the police department in New Mexico. And the facts of the case, they were able to determine exactly what happened. He had to pull the trigger in order for the bullet to be fired. The gun did not just go off.
All right, but we thank you so much for that. Actually, yes, congratulations working in the business for giving us that insight into the business and to what goes on with a gun. That is yeah, because this have to go through. I'm assuming that you don't just point it at the person, that it's some editing that goes on when you shoot guns.
Right, like I stated before, you are never, ever, ever, either when you're on set or off set, if it's a pop gun or a real gun, you are never, ever, ever supposed to aim or point the gun at a person, let alone fire it. Never. You are never supposed to do that. And also, I forgot to mention another note I should add is it was reported that Alec denied weapons and arms training before filming. So while everybody else was getting weapons and arms training, he was not. He denied it. So again,
wow,
guilty.
All right, but we thank you so very much for calling in, for giving us that insight. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, we're going back to the phone lines. The number is 646-716-8447. 0235, calling you on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I definitely agree with that last caller. She spoke a lot of sense, and to me, the people that were complaining about the safety protocols, it's obvious that Alec Baldwin's production company was trying to save some money, and then by not doing those type of protocols in place and stuff like that. So he definitely deserves some criminal time. Like, it's just ridiculous. This should never have happened. These protocols are in place for a reason, and the fact that he just didn't even take the training for the guns and stuff like that, it's just really odd to me.
Yeah, it's like
ridiculous.
It's really odd. If someone lost their life, you would think that you go and take the training because you're dealing with a weapon. You should be able to take. It should be mandatory to take the training. For him not doing that alone, it should be some criminal charges, in my humble opinion.
I agree. He just tried to save some money, and someone died at the cost of it. It's just, that wasn't right. And okay, Wendy Williams, the first caller. Listen, I understand where she is coming from, but I heavily disagree. If a man that you marry has cheated on you, he was never yours to begin with. It's just ridiculous. Like, why would you stay with a man who you know that's cheating on you with multiple women and now has a baby by him, and you want to stay with that man? Make it make sense. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think it really has to do with religion, because some of this religious folks don't see divorce as an option, and I think it's just really crazy to me.
Well, for the previous caller
That
that
they have-
called in, she's not even with her husband because of some things that's going on. And I'm here for it. If you have an agreement that your man can go out here and do all this, you stay with him. I understand that. But if you don't have that agreement, then I agree with Wendy Williams for saying, "Hey, I'm going to divorce." Because
Yeah, I agree. I think Wendy would have stayed with him if this didn't go out to the public. Even if Sharina had the baby, she would have still stayed with him as long as it didn't go out to the public. She just couldn't take the embarrassment. That's why she divorced him. That's what I think personally.
Because it went, yeah, I agree. Because when it went out to the public, it embarrassed Wendy, and then people was talking about her, and it forced her hand. Because I do believe he was with Serena Hudson, like what, for a long time. They was dealing with each other, like, and she knew about that. Miss, let's not understand that she did know they was going around and they were sleeping with each other. But when that baby came up, and when Tasha K exposed that to the public, Wendy was like, "I'm done with this. I'm done."
All right, I heavily disagree with you when it comes to that Nicki Minaj thing.
Okay.
Just because she didn't get a number one doesn't mean that she's not queen. Like, I don't understand. Cardi's last number one hit was WAP, and that was like 2 years ago. Every other collaboration that she did has not even reached the top 10. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the comparison between them.
You don't think so?
No, because Wild Side with Normani, that flopped. Her song with Lizzo, that flopped. Even what's the song with that Spanish girl, Karol G, that was the third most awarded song of all time, beating out Michael Jackson's song. And she definitely has her right to say that she's the queen. With as much as number ones that she has, she is definitely the queen of rap.
Okay. So you don't think that Cardi is the queen, you think that Nicki is the queen, even though it reached number two.
Cardi could be queen, but she needs to have so many number ones as the same as Nicki. Cardi doesn't have the same amount of number ones as Nicki does.
Okay. Even though, Wendy, Nicki has been in the game for 14 years in the business. And Cardi only been in the game for about 4 years? I think 4 to 5 years she been in the business. So there's no telling how many number ones Cardi would have when she gets to that 14-year mark, the mark that Nicki has. So again, we're gonna see how this is gonna play out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna get number one next week?
Just saying. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Do you think her song going to be number one? Do we have a problem? Do you think next week is going to reach number one?
If I'm being honest, no.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But why are you so messy?
I don't think it's going to what, baby. That song about to drop down them charts. Like it's probably gonna be like 14 or 15. It's gonna drop out of the top 10. I do see that happening for her. I just think people were as excited. Her fans was energized. They wanted her to get number one to brag. But we're gonna see how, because I don't really hear it on the radio like that. Not here in Texas. I don't know. Maybe New York they're playing the record, or on the West Coast. But I don't really hear it down here in Texas like that. And I listen to the radio mainly every day. So I don't really hear the song being played on the radio like that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have radio play, which is really ridiculous to me, because the same thing with Queen, that album that didn't have radio play, and that still went platinum. So
it is.
If this next album if this next album is platinum without radio play, then she definitely is the queen.
Wait, that's a good point. That's a good point for that. I want to thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Let me see where are we at. Okay, We hold on one second. 8589, because I want to make sure I get everybody on here. 8589, you live on air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You were supposed to go live the other night after the Super Bowl. What happened?
Oh, child, I had to catch up on some much needed rest. But I will say this about the Super Bowl. It was really hot. I thought Mary J. Blige did an amazing job performing.
Mhm.
I think she did a good job. All of them did a great job, honestly. I was like, yes, go ahead, Mary J. Go ahead, Eminem. Go ahead, Dr. Dre. Go ahead, Snoop Dogg. They all did an amazing job, but I was catching up. After that, went off. Child, I went to sleep.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about Brandon. So
Okay.
as you can tell, I'm happy that he's suing DaBaby
Okay.
because that's what he deserves. And I didn't like what DaBaby did. He's very disrespectful. I don't know why he has fans in the first place. He's an evil man. He should never sell records.
Excuse you say he's
But for
evil
some reason,
and he shouldn't sell records?
he's evil. He hates women. He treats women like garbage.
Well, do he treat women like garbage?
Look
Or
at his 4 baby mamas. How many he has? 4 or 5?
okay, he had 4 or 5 baby mamas. Okay, and
Yeah, look how he treats Danny. Danny didn't deserve that. She's Dominican. The Dominican people are really good. They're good people. Look at this the second baby mama and the first and the whatever. I don't know. It's so many of them.
Have you ever purchased any DaBaby records?
No, and I will not. And I suggest you don't, and the people in the chat don't.
Well, I'm going to support his music because I'm a fan of his music. I support his music.
No, you shouldn't support
Why not?
his music. His music is him. He spews evil in his music.
You
and you're Christian. Why are you listening to that?
I listen to DaBaby music. I listen to DaBaby music because I think he's an amazing rapper. What he does to women, that's his business. You know, that's his personal life. I'm a fan of his music. I listen to the man music. I think he's an incredible, dope artist. And whatever he does to the women, that's what he does to the women. And I'm not involved in that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because the women should have sense of not giving him punani if he treating the other women like that. So if they keep giving it to him, obviously they love that mistreatment.
No, you should show him by not buying his records. As a black, I don't support DaBaby, and you shouldn't as one of a black person.
Well, that hasn't done anything about being black or anything like that. He made good music. He makes good music. What he does in his personal life, that's his personal life. I'm not a fan of his personal life decisions. I'm a fan of his music.
But as a black, why are you supporting this black?
Because I can support anybody that I want to support. Skin color, hold on one second. Skin color does not have anything to do with it. If he makes good music, he makes good music. Period, point blank. I support all type of artists, and it doesn't matter about their skin color. If it makes good, if it's good music, if it's a bop, I'm going to support it.
Brandon, you should be on Brandon's side.
I'm on 100% on Brand. I'm 100% on Brandon's side. I'm 100% on Brandon's side. If you even heard my commentary, I was like, I support him for suing DaBaby 100%. But I'm not going to stop supporting DaBaby music because I'm a fan of his music.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, as one of the blacks, I'm going to be supporting Brandon. I will be rallying outside the court. Wherever the court is, I will be flying there to support him.
Okay. Well, you can support that all day long, even though I don't think it's going to go to court. I think it's going to get settled out of court, in my humble opinion. I do believe it's going to get settled out of court.
Go to court to humiliate him.
It's going to get settled. It's civil. He's going to write a check, and Brandon going to accept it, and it's going to move on. I don't think this is going to court.
He is a bad black.
It does.
Black.
Right? Does not have Race does not have nothing to do with it. He's a bad man. I don't look at skin color. I think we are human first before we anything. So 100%, he's a bad man when it comes to women. He can treat women better. For that, it's no telling. He probably didn't have a father in this house. He probably, you know what I'm saying, probably saw the mistreatment of his mother. Who knows? And is also a public persona, being a rapper and treating women like trash. I think a lot of women is attracted to that. You're not attracted to that, to DaBaby at all?
No, I'm not. I'm one of the blacks who is not attracted to that behavior.
All right.
I don't support that behavior, and you shouldn't too.
Oh, I support it 100%. I'm a God-fearing man, but I support DaBaby music 100%. It doesn't even matter about skin color, man. He could be yellow, he could be white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what skin color he is. He is a human being, and he makes good music, and I support his music regardless of it. You don't know my life with Christ. You can't speak about the relationship. You can't speak about the relationship. You can't speak about the relationship that I have with Christ. That's my relationship. You don't know the relationship that I have with Christ.
Yes, I do.
You don't know the relationship that I have with Christ. So you can't speak about that. You can't speak about that.
Yes, I can. Why are you supporting that bad music?
It's nothing wrong with that music. It's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with the music? What's wrong with the music?
God does not like that. I'm letting you know.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in, sister. Okay. Anonymous, you live on the air.
And God also doesn't like gossiping, so why are you here, ma'am? But no offense, we love Wiley, so we're gonna be your daughters. Right? Okay? But anyway, that's my type. That's my type. DaBaby is my type. I don't care. I'm not throwing him away. He's so chocolatey. Oh my God, DaBaby got body. He needs to walk the category body.
Yes.
But yeah, I want to say to TS Madison, it just seems like she's desperate. She's willing to do anything. She gave her soul to Fox Soul. I mean, I never watched the episode of it. I don't like the layout from what I do see on YouTube, so I never tuned in. But from your commentary about the show, it's trash. Like you said, I believe the segment should have been longer for Monique, being that she is that legendary icon, the lady that paved the way for these comedians, for these actresses. I mean, and the questions you said wasn't thrilling. Like she didn't do her homework. She should have studied Monique more and gave Monique her due diligence, in my humble opinion, from what you stated. And I'm surprised Monique daddy, hashtag her third husband, wasn't sitting next to her. Sydney, who was that gentleman sitting next to her?
I don't know who, he's good looking, by the way. I don't know who the gentleman that was sitting next to her at all. The reason why I come at T.S. Madison so hard, because number one, I think Kaya, that relationship, that show was so dynamic that when I see her alone, I'm like, I'm not interested, because it's dry. I don't know. Maybe you can watch it and you can give your commentary on it. And so it was.
I used to run home from work to watch the.
Yes.
Like literally, like it was that show because they both were two dope ladies. But it's just, to me, T.S. Madison was just using Kaya to get what she wanted, to just throw her away. You get what I'm saying?
Really?
In my opinion, that's what I feel. Yeah. I think she was just using her.
So
in my humble, and I just feel it in my soul, she was just using her.
Wow. I really hope it would have worked, because I think T.S. Madison would have been further in the business with Kaya, because they would have had their own show and it would have made a lot of money. Because it was a good show. Like, this show is not doing really good in the ratings. Like, if you look at the ratings, it's low. If you look at the Fox Soul ratings of this show, it's low. Now, I don't know the numbers with Wuku. I don't know. But I'm looking at the YouTube numbers. It's really low.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to throw
Best to believe
shade.
if Kaya was there, the ratings would have been higher.
Oh, the ratings would have been higher.
Because I would have tuned in.
Most definitely the ratings would be high. The blogs would have covered it. They didn't even repost this interview on the blogs. Or, you know, like, no, I haven't seen it. If they did, y'all can let me know. But if TS Madison on the show, almost definitely the ratings would have been higher. Almost definitely.
You mean
100%.
Kaya?
The ratings with Kaya, oh yeah, it would have been higher. Almost. Oh yeah, 100%. A lot of people would have been tuned in because Kaya still got a strong fan base with Black women. They support and love Kaya so much.
And a lot of people found out about T.S. Madison
through
because
Kaya.
of Kaya.
Yes, through Kaya. Okay, they said the neighborhood talk did post. Okay, thank you so very much. But did the Shade Room post it? I'm not trying to throw shade at Kyle from Neighborhood
What about
Talk.
the other big bloggers?
Like the Hollywood Unlock and the Shade Room. I know the Neighborhood Talk probably posts because I know he like Kaya.
Her and Jason Lee supposed to be key good girlfriend.
Yeah, did Jason Lee post it?
That's what we want to know because you know we messy, so we want to know. Did he post it?
Right, they supposed to be good girlfriends. Okay.
The duties. But I want to be a little messy on Wiley.
Okay.
I know this is not on your topic, but yesterday, early morning, we want to call Tokyo Toni to the stand because I was in her live when she was having her live show, and then she talking about the Super Bowl, the Illuminati, but she's smoking, and then later on, she has her phone propped to her computer so you can see what's played with her old show that she did. And then she's in the background having sex.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hearing the moan. I'm hearing her. I'm hearing everything. I'm very nosy. And yes, I'm putting my ears to my phone.
Oh, that's it.
I'm lying. I thought New York is lying. I'm lying. Ask her why did she take that video down? I want to know. And that better not say I'm lying because I screen recorded it. And I'm surprised no other blogs picked that up.
Because don't nobody watch Tokyo. Because don't nobody watch Tokyo.
We have like 20-something people in there.
Right, that's the reason.
Only 20-something people in there. She should be ashamed of herself.
Don't nobody watch Tokyo Toni. Don't nobody watch her. She only have.
I'm like, wow. And the heifer didn't even wash her hands. Because after that was over, she came back. And then you see her nails by the computer. And I'm guessing she read somebody's comment and was like, y'all having sex? And she ignored it. And then she tried to pay it off like she was watching her computer the whole time. And no, it was not porn. It was her. So let's see if she's going to say it was porn playing by mistake in the background. And like I said, I have the screen recording, honey.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I was gagging at her.
Oh
I
my!
want to know why did she take that video down? Why it's not up anymore?
Oh, because she's
it
gonna.
Was yesterday at 1:50 a.m.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
But on behalf of you, I'm going to say allegedly because this is just show. But trust me, I have the screen recording, and I'm hearing all type of moans.
What?
And I'm hearing a dude too. Yes.
Okay. All right.
But I'm gonna go back in the bush.
Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh. I didn't watch it. I tried to couldn't go there and it was taken down, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But don't nobody want to see no Tokyo Toni get it in. All right. We definitely want to say a legal note. I was not there. We don't know if she was busting it wide open on YouTube. We do not know because I wasn't there. So we definitely want to say everything that we say is alleged. The views and opinion of the caller is not the views and opinion of the Wiley Show. So we don't know if she was busting it wide open on the on the YouTube. We don't know because I wasn't over there. I didn't see it. All right. Let's go to the phone lines. 9867.
Hey, Wiley and chat is the voice of New York, Wiley. And shout out to the icon who was before me. You know, New Yorkers, you know, we out here. Wiley, first of all, why you have that uncouth lady come on the call and say as a black? Like,
what's her
opinion?
opinion?
Problematic?
No,
first of all,
it's her opinion.
You should have checked her and tell her it's not black. It's either African American, Afro Caribbean, or what the case may be, or as a black person or as black people. But as a black has a racial undertone. It's kind of like how we use Dwight, you know, like Dwight, but we say it very quickly like Dwight. We don't say that in public, but you're not gonna come on the stage and then use this racial undertone as a black, and if you don't even know if you're black, and that's how you using it. It was like it's a negative undertone. Then she's talking about Christian. Well, Christian, first of all, Christianity, I'm a Christian too, but let's keep it buck. Christianity have keep us in chokeholds when it comes to many different things that we could have got progressed, and we hide about Christianity. Then she come after those pastors who's molesting a lot of people in the church, or who are cheated, or that pastor or that bishop who just engaged to his girlfriend of 28 years and have children out of wedlock.
Well, let me say this to the caller. Whatever, if she want to say black, that's her opinion. That's her opinion. If she want to say that on the Wiley Show, that's her opinion. I don't know. She probably.
She said as a black.
Well, hey, that's her opinion.
What is me as a black? That doesn't even make sense.
That's our opinion. You may not talk like that. That may be how she's describing the situation. I don't like when people say people of color. I think that's very disrespectful. Humbly, I don't like that word color. But people still use it. So
me neither. I don't like that word either. It
but
seem like
so very powerful people uses people of color, and they use it a lot. And I don't like that word because it reminds me of the 1950s and 60s when they used that word humbly.
Well, when people say POC or BIPOC now, they're not only talking about African Americans. You know that, right?
I understand that. I just don't like that term.
That could be considered people of color.
I just don't like.
Not only specifically, and this is how it gets very shaky when it comes to the different terms that are being used, because now they use BIPOC. Which is, I forgot what BIPOC means, but also another addition, right? But with that said, he kept saying, you know, Christianity and music and stuff like that, like there's not heathens anywhere, right? You can't, like, we need to stop doing that. Now, granted, Wiley, you say you still support DaBaby. Listen, I don't purchase his music, okay? And I don't even like DaBaby like that, because I feel like he just raps as soon as the beat come on. Like, he don't give no, he don't let the beat breathe. He just be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, relax, bro. Like, can we feel the beat first and then you come in? It's like, as soon as you press start, he's already going. But he has been problematic in many different things. And we know Wiley, when he punched that black woman in the face, when he did all this, you stand by his side. You were by his side.
I'm a fan of DaBaby's music. It's plenty. I'm a fan of his music. And he's attractive. So again, I'm a fan of his music. And hey, he did pay that black. I think he paid her off, if I'm not mistaken. Did he pay her?
No choice. I mean, I would too. If I got karate chops by DaBaby or I want to get paid up too. Look what happened when Miguel did a whole entire, kick across stage, and that lady wasn't like, come on. But I would say this. I don't support R. Kelly. R. Kelly publicist, if she's in the bushes or somewhere in the gravel, she's probably writing him love letters, 4-page love letters. Hello, Aaliyah reference. But I don't support R. Kelly because his music is very, he's talking about what really happened. And to me, that's kind of weird, right? Like with child exploitation. I just feel creepy listening to an R. Kelly song. So I don't support R. Kelly. But I would say music do influence a lot of people. That's why the Chicago drill is a problem, Wiley. And in New York City, drill music is a problem. Didn't Fabio and B Love just meet up with the mayor of New York, Eric, to go over banning drill music or what could be better? Although we know it's performative, because it's not the reason drill music did not increase the crime in New York. New York always had crime, right? But it's a scapegoat to use to blame the people who are like, bruh, like the police officers I need to do more to stop the crime. Yeah, what music does is highlight the issue. Dead ops, smoking on this, smoking on that. Everybody know that's how it is in Chicago, right? I mean, that's why it's the way it is. So I do think we need to be mindful of the music that we do produce. But if I was white and I was an executive, I'm like, bro, like I'm trying to make this bread. No one's not gonna listen to, let's talk about broccoli instead of you talking about let's shoot. I'm out there, I'm on the block. I'm gonna be a gangster. That's what sells, unfortunately. But yeah, so that call that I was talking about, Christian this, Christian that. Christian ain't got nothing to do with this, mom. Like this, like the black, you could do more. Like stop it. Like stop using that as a way to silence people, because we know Christianity has always been something that hindered a lot of people, even people who are part of LGBTQA community and all those type of things, right? Moving off to that, this Nicki Minaj stuff. Now I did not expect Nicki to go to number one, okay? Because we don't talk about Bruno. No. I love me some. We don't talk about Bruno and Canto. I don't know if you know that song. But that song hits, okay? Like, whatever. That song hits. I do think the way I think Billboard did something differently when it comes to how people get number one, right? And I think Armand discussed it. Like, the people on Armand's show discussed it in very great detail about streaming versus, Spotify. It's a lot of things that happen of why Nicki Minaj can't, especially radio play. I think that they talked about the difference between...
when you say you are the queen and you say are the best and you got all these millions of fans, regardless of what you think about streaming and this, you should be gold number one. Just like Beyonce. You can't, the Beehive, I think it's very, I think hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm just giving my thought. I'll just give my thoughts here. Just like the Beehive, they just go in on people. But when Beyonce released a record, she don't go number one like that. So I'm not understanding, how do you have all these millions of fans? Let me do something real quick here. I just want to quote something. I'm going to quote some numbers here really quickly about Nicki Minaj. She is at, how many followers does she have on Instagram? Nicki Minaj have 175 million followers on Instagram. That number alone, you mean something you can't get number one? Okay. And she have millions of followers on Twitter. So is those numbers accurate? I'm just trying to understand it, because how do you have almost 200 million followers and you can't reach a number one record? I'm not understanding.
Okay. See, this is where people who are not in the music business or know what goes on the back end just chat their raps and think that's how it's simple as that. Okay, it's not as simple. If it was, she would have done it. If radio play is a big deal, right? I haven't heard the song in New York, right? And we all know radio play has a big stream. Didn't they not pull the difference between Adele and Justin Bieber and how many radio plays they receive? Because if radio play is included into the stream for you to help with that, with Billboard, and she got like 4 million radio streams compared to Adele, who had 89 million radio streams. What you gonna do? Call radio station, go play my record. A lot of things have happened with that. And at the end of the day, you don't have to be number one to know you're number one, because her whole entire career of 14 years, will show like there's no one that can top her with longevity. Now, I do think stats is important for her, because at this point, you're just competing to be the better self that you are. And there's a feeling that she keeps knocking. It's like, dang, I'm always number two, but I'm never number one. And of course, she's going to try to assess why. People always just blame. But realistically, I just think the music that Nicki is making is not in tune. Like, I feel like us as old barbs, or those who are younger barbs, are the one who's bringing her up. But as far as sound-wise, it's just not something that's popping. Like, she's making music, like, her music, right? That was like it's kind of like, do we got a problem? That's like a drill type of thing, right? Like pop your itch. But it's not something that you do like, yo, I want to shake my tail feather in the clubs with. That's something I want to be like, yo, I want to put on my little chucks and do my little crip walk. Do you got a problem? Yo, what's good? What's popping? That's something you be on the New York train station and you be like, yo, why you grilling me? Do we really got a problem? That's the type of music she's making. But I don't think if she wants to get to number one, because she's not a Drake, it got to have something different. And she was singing. I don't like how Nicki sing. It wasn't a good record to be number one, but I do want to see her be number one. Just without features, I just want her to be number one. Because I feel like if she is number one, people are going to use that and say, well, she became number one because of this person, right? And Nicki has a following. You know, I buy her music, I stream her music. You know, I mean, I'm not one of those people who follow her on Station Head, whatever, because she did have a Station Head live where she went in on everybody and things of that nature, because Nicki sometimes avoid accountability with her creativity, and I think that does hinder her. And we see it, right? I mean, and it's kind of like, I don't know what she misses a special sauce. Some saison. I don't know what it is, Wiley. I don't know. Like, because everyone can do it, right? I just think she needs to be more innovative. I just more creative, you know, like step it up. I want to see Nicki on an Afro beat. You know, I think that's out of her comfort zone. But I think, or like a little rock type of beat. I don't know. I feel like something that we don't expect from her. Because then you could get the white people, because that's how Starship.
I just feel like it's a failure to have 175 million followers and don't tell your people to go to do radio. She should have did a press tour to WGCI. Why did she didn't tour around to these other radio markets that typically do not play her music? That's a failure on Nicki. I think she did a couple of radio show interviews.
Because she has her little husband, and she probably can't leave her baby with her husband. Let's not.
But that's her fault. But that's her fault. That's a blame on her fault.
I agree. You know, everywhere she goes, her man gotta be here with the baby. She can't just leave her baby by herself with her sex offender husband. Sorry, with her SO husband. You know, but she made her bed. Now she gotta lie on it, even if the bed doesn't have any good cushion, right? It's probably not a soft bed. It's probably hard as hell, with gravel and everything, like the Flintstones. But that's something that she has to do, right? I mean, she did her little tour with the show and went to the game. You're right. That's not enough. She needs to go back to the radio station, you know, go back to New York, go to Atlanta, go to all these places and make those promotions and have a rollout. She doesn't really have a rollout, because now Billboard don't really consider YouTube streams into the numbers anymore, right? Like, they change a lot of things. But I do think her challenging herself, she hasn't challenged herself in new sound. She's still making that type of gritty music in a way, or either nonsense music, like stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe. Like no, like if you don't do that, do something that the girls can dance in the club with. Like, I guess club music, you know, like she also needs to reach out to other producers.
All
like
right.
what I do see though, Wiley, I do see her doing a record with Fabio Foreign. Because the drill thing is very big. So I won't be surprised if she does do something with that, right? Because she did a little baby, Fabio Foreign. Shout out to that new track, City of God. I'm telling y'all, that thing is streamed that, because that's like a new New York City anthem. I said it the last call. I'm going to say it again. Okay? And Off the Grid, that was popping with Kanye West. But I do want to see her in new stuff. Also, Wiley, before I get off the call, I'm gonna ask you: did you talk about the what's going on with Ukraine and Russia? Because that's why a lot of people don't know why that situation is important. Did you do a video about that? Or are you going to with the politics?
I may do a video about it, but I mean,
because I feel like people are lost. Like, people are like, why should we care about Russia and Ukraine? That's none of our business. But there's a real reason why this is very important, right? But have you talk about that? Or are you going to? I'm
going to talk about it. People may not like what I'm going to say about it, but yeah, I'll talk about it. We could definitely get into that tomorrow and talk about and dive into that.
Okay, I would love to see it. Just make sure you know the political history behind it. Don't be going up there saying, "What are you saying? They need to focus on over here. They need, which they do." But if you don't know about the Cold War, the Iron Curtain, you know, the different type of the East and the West when it comes to the Allied and World War II, then the conversation will be out your range, because there's a reason why we're doing all these things, right? So I just want to make sure people are aware of that type of topic, of how deep this whole beef is going, before you call in or you show your little comments, because then that's how we know the range of the audience members in a way. But yeah, all right, well, so I'll get off the call because I gotta watch Inventing Anna. I told you, I hope you watch A Tinder Swindler, so we could talk about it on your show.
Thank you.
Because I want to hear your opinion. Because you could use it as a way, you know, to come up, which I'm going here for.
All right,
thank you. Guys, have a great night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Man, who cares about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia? To be honest, who cares? Because I give two. Okay, 0276 caller, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
How are you doing? So I just got the caller that was talking about the baby. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why. Why it's because he's black. He's still human. Like just
Hold on,
because
I was
you
trying
support him
to.
as
You
a
got me on. You
rapper,
got me on speakerphone or something? Because I'm trying to hear you.
My bad. I forgot. I had my AirPods in.
Oh,
But
okay, I can hear you now.
it's just like I don't understand why it gotta be because he's black. What he do in his personal life don't have anything to do with us supporting him in the spotlight. Plus he's still human. Like they don't understand he's human. Things happen. He probably just gonna pay that man off. I don't understand why they made it such a big issue. That's that man, baby, nephew. However you say it, whatever. You know, but they family. They got his daughter is his niece. So it was real stupid to me.
I agree.
But to say don't support him because we black, like what that got to do with it? It's stupid.
It is. 'Cause I'm like,
If you just saying ass black, ass black, ass black, like what?
he could be.
So what are you? Tell me don't support this man, okay? But yeah, she really was just going in on him like, don't support him. Well, do what you want to do. Don't tell nobody else what to do. And then I feel the same way you feel about the Ukraine stuff and my husband's active duty. Like, they just playing around with people right now, I think.
And then you never could trust a country, because remember with Iraq, oh man, let's invade Iraq. They got weapons. They got some weapons over there, baby. Let's go to war. They went to war, and there was no weapons. So I'm very, very cautious of talking about substance when America wants us to be interested in something like that. I'm like, is this something that we should be interested in as African American people? Because I know at one point when in Iraq, we spent years in Iraq, and it was no weapons of mass destruction. In Afghanistan, we spent years to build them up to be a democracy. We left Afghanistan, and Afghanistan went back to their own people running Afghanistan. So when it comes to the Ukraine, when it comes to all that stuff, I'm not 100% trusting what we're saying on the news, because I'm just not. Because how's it going to affect me in my personal day-to-day business? It's not. And I don't care. I just think that we using another excuse to get into another country business. In my humble
that's
opinion.
what I was about to say. Like, I think they just trying to hype it up a little bit too much, and then they gonna. I don't know. It's just crazy right now.
Because when CNN, when they went over there, the people just doing their regular business. They're not worried about being invaded. I'm just watching when I saw that, and I'm like, okay, all right. So what are we gonna do?
I just don't want to have to come here. Yeah, I just don't want to have to come here and hear about that, and I'm gonna have to. I literally have to live it in my household, and this was like, no, it's not something that we should be having opinions about when it comes to front line people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I do feel for the young men and women that is gonna go to the front lines, just like I feel for the young men and women back in Iraq and Afghanistan, because I went to Chicago Military Academy. I graduated from Chicago Military Academy, and I actually got into the military, to the Army, and I did infantry. I was going to do infantry, and thank God it didn't work out. Thank God I'm out of it. But so many young people lost their lives in these wars, and what did we get from it? What did we get from it? Honestly, what did we gain from it? We can go back to, let's go back to Vietnam. So many of our young Black people went there, and for what? And we technically lose that war because we didn't win it. So I'm like, when it comes to the Ukraine, when it comes to Russia, I'm not going to always take the side of what America is saying. So I need to give my point of view outside of the media, outside of what the administration is saying, because they're not going to always tell the truth. And sometimes they'll be pushing us to be against something, and they're not even like that. Because if they're going to invade, let me see if they're going to actually do that. Because they keep saying they're going to do it, and they haven't done it yet. So
exactly.
when is they going to do it?
Tempting people, like putting us on the front line to
be ready to do this and do that, and it's a wave, and it's just like, no, that's a headache. That's a lot of stress, and it just,
All right.
I don't want to come to social media.
I feel you on that. But I want to ask you this, because you're married. Would you give permission to your husband to have a baby outside the relationship? Because I don't know if you
No,
heard
hell
that call.
no.
Okay.
Stop, babe. No.
Because she was like, well, I don't care. You shouldn't leave your husband. It's the way. I'm like, what? So you giving permission? And then the lady kept talking. She not even with her husband right now.
Right. Like, obviously you don't agree with it either. I don't, like, why you even, who gives somebody else a ticket to go cheat? And who wants to share a body? That's so filthy. That's more responsibility for you. That's more stress for you. You a woman. You gonna be emotional. No. You can't go have another baby.
I heard that. Anything else you want to share? Because I have to bring you back on. I have to bring you back on and bring you on camera so they know who you are, so they can go and subscribe to your YouTube channel.
No, it's not. Right now, I don't want to say because my daughter just walked in this room.
Okay.
I remember I told you how it was, but yeah.
But we're
on YouTube on Mommy Vaughn Real TV. I'm not active right now. I'm trying to start it back up, but that's where you can follow me, and I'm at Mommy Vaughn everywhere on all platforms.
I'm excited. I can't wait till you come back and be active on your channel. It's going to be amazing because it's easy. The only thing you're doing is just talking and talking about celebrity gossip. And there's always something going on in this world. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
I love you, Wiley.
Love you too.
I'm always watching.
Love you too.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. We're going to bring her back on. Bye-bye. For y'all can see her on camera. We're going to bring her back on later in the week. Okay, who else is in here that I want to get to? All right, Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Okay, I wanted to pity back on that caller that was talking, hollering, she Christian. I mean, she sound like the devil himself coming out, just speaking the way that she's speaking. I understand, about the lawsuit and everything going on with Brandon and DaBaby, but that same God that you praying to, he's praying to too. So that's all I wanted to say, Wally. I just didn't like, the way how she was coming out and how she's criticizing a person as a Christian and, hollering about him like, girl, the same God that you claiming that you serving, you got to pray too. And you got to pray for DaBaby. You can't single him out because the same God that forgives you forgives him too. So I just pray for their whole situation with, all of this going on because they do have a baby involved. And that baby one day going to grow up and see this madness on the internet. So that's all I wanted to say. And you have a great night.
All right. Thank you so very much. You're right about that. We're going to go to the next caller. You're exactly right about that. All right. 1137, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
This is Rhonda. How you doing?
Doing all right, Rhonda.
Listen, the caller, I agree with the caller that just spoke. And the young lady that called whose husband's in the military, she sounds so adorable, Wiley. I can't wait for you to bring her up. You know that?
Oh, yes. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing bringing her up.
Okay, I got quick comment. Okay, now Nicki Minaj. All right, she's just number 2. And you know that Queen Bee, when Beyonce comes out, Beyonce's always number 1. You know that. So I think Nicki, just be happy with number 2, the second spot. It's okay. I mean, she's still rich, right? Just be humbled and grateful for that. Right? I mean, it could be worse, She could be busting tables in, Golden Corral or something. So gotta count your blessings when you have them. Also, Kaya and what's her partner's name? Oh, the name you were just talking about her. She just interviewed Monique.
Are you talking about TS Madison?
Yes, TS Madison. Listen, I used to watch TS Madison and Kaya together. They were fire as a team. They were dynamite as a team. And I miss Kaya, those two together. I don't know what happened between the two of them, but I think T.S. Madison does need Kaya. Kaya is so talented. Do you know, is she still on the internet or is she just on Instagram?
I think she's still on her Facebook. She posts on her Facebook. I don't know if she still posts on her website. The last time I saw her on YouTube was a couple of months ago. She went live. She was eating some chicken. But she do post on her Facebook, but not like going live and doing commentary. I believe she still go live on her website. I could be wrong, but she was charging people to go live and do the docket on her website. So I don't know if she's still doing that because I'm not paying at 25. I think she was charging people like $20 to go to her website.
What? Oh no, because Kaya is very talented. I enjoyed watching her when she was on YouTube with T.S. Madison, and the Queen's Court. That was really nice. One more thing, DaBaby. You know what? I was just cracking up when the lady was yelling at you and talking about Christianity, and you just cracking up at her. DaBaby, he's I mean, you know who you're dealing with when you're dealing with DaBaby. And I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but I do like his music. I do like the that single he did with Meg Thee Stallion. What was the name of that single? You know the one recently, it was over the summer, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's the one. And you talking about I don't know if it was Crybaby or I'm trying to see.
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Yes, Crybaby. Yes. And I like DaBaby. I mean, but he's violent, and I do hope that for Danny Lee and her brother, and I would hope that they would just leave DaBaby alone. Just stop trying to embarrass him, because Danny Lee knew that she knew who he was dealing with. She knew it. I mean, you know, and her brother, maybe DaBaby's going to pay him well, right? And maybe he'll just go away, because the brother seems like he's looking for clout anyway. Because this has nothing to do with Danny Lee. I just don't believe it. And then you threaten DaBaby on Hollywood Unlocked and all that. And then I'm not justifying violence in any way, but I'm just saying that you know who you're dealing with when you're dealing with the DaBaby. You're poking the bear. So, listen, I like DaBaby's music, but I just think leave him alone. If you know that the first place he goes is to violence, leave him alone. Just stay out of his way, right?
And they ain't gonna never stop, because there's some women that's still attracted to that toxic energy, and they still gonna give DaBaby a chance. Like I just saw DaBaby when he was like taking a picture and the lady kissed him on the cheek. People are still gravitating. So, and he's famous. So when you're famous, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
The girls gonna want him no matter what. I mean, 'cause he's very nice looking.
Facts.
I mean, you could say what you want. He may have a funny looking grill with the diamonds in his mouth, but he's a gorgeous young man. So if I mean, there are 1,000 Danny Lees waiting in line of all shapes and sizes and different shades of color that's waiting to give him a chance. So I mean, she's just one of many.
Facts.
You know, and I'm gonna listen to this. You know what? I hate to say it, but I separate the man from the music. I mean, we do it with Michael Jackson, right? With the allegations with him. It doesn't take away the fact that Michael Jackson is the king of pop, and he's very talented. And DaBaby is a talented rapper. I mean, he's talented. So unless you want to did you see that video when he jumped on they had rented out that Airbnb, and there was a video clip of his boys beating up the owner when the owner came to check on it because the neighbors were complaining about loud noise.
Really?
He was yes, check up. They were and I don't see it. You never heard anything else about it, but they had kicked that man in his butt, kicked him over. I mean, they go violent from 0 to 10 quick. And it's funny, just like he slapped the crap. Didn't he slap a woman upside her head or something? He had to pay her.
He had to pay
Now
her.
tell me where he is next time, because he can slap me up my side of my head so I can get paid. I'd love to get $250,000.
Okay.
Just for a slap upside the head, right? All right. Well, thanks a
Thank
lot
you.
for providing so much entertainment.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, bye. Give me a second. Okay, we're gonna go to this caller. 2240.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I waited so long I forgot my train of thought. But I think I was calling about that caller who was talking about the baby, and she was like the black and a black, and I was just like, I'm wondering what color is she? It had a lot of racial undertones. But I wanted to say about TS Madison. I really think, I like TS Madison, and I think she's funny. I liked her when she was with Kaya, and of course Kaya is like super funny. Her reads are just like out of this world. But I think Kaya, like, they had two different goals, and Kaya is not really, a great personality to commercialize. I mean, she's really uncut, and when you're dealing with like, corporate people and celebrities, like there's no filter. And so I think she needed a T.S. Madison just as much as, T.S. Madison needs her. And so, I do think that like T.S. Madison probably needs somebody else to balance her out as well. But I mean, even after her and Kaya ended, she was pretty funny, and I liked watching her. So and to that, there was a caller who said that T.S. Madison was using Kaya. I don't think that she was using Kaya. I think that just T.S. Madison is about her business. And so, and Kaya, she's a free spirited. So, I mean, I just think that, eventually it was going to come to an end.
Yes, I agree.
That's my
I
take
agree.
on that.
I agree. And Kaya, unfortunately, she still have that mentality. I don't want to work in the industry. I've been with the industry already, and blah blah. Because she's been burnt from the industry, and so I think that she's not willing to go in the industry. Because if you go back to the Kaya and T.S. Madison situation, it was Nicki Minaj that offered them a show, that she was going to produce them a show. And I don't think Kaya wanted to do the show. But then at one point, Kaya said she'll do it. But I still think that she's not good at working with the industry because she's been burnt from the industry. So I don't know, because you don't even really see her on with her music. I don't even think that she even get revenue, or with the My Neck and My Back, that she don't even own rights to that song. And that's one of her biggest hits. So I think she's still burnt from the industry. So I hope that she get over that, because I hope that she could be bigger than what she is. She could be on TV. She could do a reality show, etc. I don't think she want to do that. I think that she's comfortable with being in the house, going live with her people. I think that she's comfortable in that spirit. I think that she don't want to be in the industry, because she was already in the industry before. I don't think she want it now. And T.S. Madison dream, I want to be in the industry. I want to be a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I think Kaya, unfortunately, did not want that because she already had that. But T.S. Madison dreams were, I want to be known in the industry. I want to act. I want to be in movies, etc.
And I mean, in order to do that, like, you got to get along with people. Like, she has to get along with celebrities. Like, if T.S. Madison is going to be like in movies, and she's going to have to be able to like see those people. She can't say all kinds of things. Like on this show, don't get me wrong, it was like hilarious. But if you're going to be like walking in those, scenes and stuff like that, like, you can't say what you want to say, and these people are going to be your coworkers and stuff like that. So you're going to have to be toned down. And I mean, of course, Kaya didn't want that. So I mean,
and people say she don't want to be controlled in this business. You're going to have to be. And maybe she's a Scorpio. I'm the same way. Some stuff I like to be cool, but I have to learn, like, if I want to make it in this business, I'm going to have to humble myself to get these coins. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
And that's every industry.
that's
like,
every industry.
compromise
You have to make you have to, because you can't. Oh, I don't want to be controlled with it. You better own and operate your own process, your own stuff. In which she's doing that. But I think Kaya could be further than what she is if she's willing to make that sacrifice for herself and willing to work with people. You got to still be a good people person to work with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And another thing with that lady who was talking about Wendy Williams, that older lady a couple of calls ago, I just want to say, like, we have to stop making it like make these men, it seem like these men are like helpless and that they can't control their sexual appetites and stuff like that. Like, men can control themselves. And this idea that like men are supposed to mate with multiple women to populate, like, first of all, when you think of it from an economic standpoint, like, can the average man really take care of multiple women and their children? Like, if a man was to have, one wife and 5 children, he is more likely to be able to take care of that than he is 5 different women with 5 different children. So you have to think about that. And then if this man is out there having multiple children with multiple women and he's not fathering that, how is that helping our community? So you have to think about it from that standpoint, like what she was, saying. And then also too, like, once a man knows that you're accepting of him cheating, and accepting of his, having babies and stuff like that, do you think that you're going to be valued as his wife and respected? You're no longer going to be the queen in his eyes. The other woman is, So, I mean, I know like what she's trying to get at ideally. She's not even with her husband for whatever reason. She said because he doesn't take care of him. So, I mean, she's not honoring her vows. So I think, Wendy made the right decision in leaving, her husband, because it's going to be more children. What happens when he has more children and he's not coming home? You think that this man is just going to ideally sleep with another woman, have a baby, and he's going to come home to you? No, eventually he's not going to be coming home. It's going to be more babies, and Wendy's going to be responsible for taking care of them.
Facts. I agree with you on that. We thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay. We're gonna go to the next caller here. All right. Give me a second. Where we at? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. 7775. You live on air.
Hello.
Hi.
You hanged up on me, so I had to use my dad's phone.
Okay. No, I didn't hang up on you. I was going to the next caller. But what's your point? Because you already got your point across.
Yeah. So I wanted to invite you to my church.
Okay, give me a no, thank you. All right. We're going to the next caller. 4904, calling you on air. I don't want to go nowhere you're going. I don't need to go to your church. I got my own church. Okay? 4904, calling you on air. I don't want to go to your. If you talking that ignorant, you think I want to go to your church? No, no, ma'am. No, I don't want to go to that church. I'm fine where I'm at. Go ahead, Carl.
Crazy. Hi, Wiley. I love your stuff.
I love you.
Okay, so Wiley, I just wanted to clear up some things because I am a Barb and I am a Nicki Minaj supporter.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say that, any artist that does not have radio on Billboard, their song is going to flop. It's going to flop regardless. So Nicki Minaj going number 2 without radio is a major win for her. So it was announced that Nicki was supposed to be sending Do We Have a Problem to radio, but she ended up releasing Bustin' the next week. So she pulled Do We Have a Problem from going to radio. So Nicki Minaj said on her live stream today on Instagram that she did a poll to see which songs that her fans would like. So she said, do you guys, would y'all rather prefer Bustin' or would you guys rather prefer Do We Have a Problem? So she did a poll and the Barb said that
let's do We Have a Problem. So Nicki Minaj announced today that she's going to be sending Do We Have a Problem to radio so it can remain stable on Billboard.
Oh, so do you think, the song was hot. Look about, like, I like Nicki Minaj. The song is hot. And according to her husband, she's really good in bed. Because did you hear that about that too? Her husband says she's really good in bed. And I'm like, whoa, why do we have to know that? She's still talented to me. And I purchased the song. I'm going to be real with you. I purchased the song on iTunes. I feel like she should educate her fans to not only stream my song, but purchase it on iTunes. Because a lot of people think that that boost the record up too. And she should have did a tour. Me personally, WGCI, she should have went to DD in the morning. I didn't see her doing a tour like that. She just went to a couple of places. And can she leave LA? She can leave LA, but can she leave her husband with her child by himself? I don't know. That's something I don't know, because she needs to do a little bit more travel and performing the record humbly. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sister.
Nicki brings her husband and her child everywhere she goes because she don't believe in nannies now. She don't believe. I
just don't understand. But you still have a career. Like, can your husband watch the? I don't understand. Is he legally? Can you answer this, ma'am? Do you know? I don't know. Is he legally able to watch the child by himself? Can he do that legally?
Yes, he's allowed to watch his child by himself.
So I don't understand why she don't leave the child with him and go ahead and travel for the music, because she is got a lot of competition. She got Cardi, she's coming back. She got the City Girls ain't nothing to worry about, but she got Young Miami coming. You got
the City Girls ain't pushing nothing.
Right. She got a lot of competition out here now. It's not just her anymore. It's a lot of women that is MCs, and I'm hearing from Birdie in the street that the labels are hiring even more women to get into to become hip hop stars, and that's thanks to Nicki Minaj's success. But she's not alone anymore. So what I'm saying is she got out here and put out the work, and I'm sad that she ain't going to Breakfast Club. That's one of the hottest shows in the world. Why did she go on the Breakfast Club?
Like Charlamagne.
Oh, she don't like Charlamagne?
Well, Nicki has a problem. No, Nicki has a problem with Charlamagne because of what he did back in 2018 during the Queen era. He was clowning her for going number 2. So why would Nicki give them an
It's business, because that helps her career. Like, you got to take your personal feelings out of it. I think if she'd have went to the Breakfast Club and confront Charlamagne for what he did, that's drama alone. Do we have a problem? That's the perfect time to come out a man that you have a problem with, because you got a song that say, do we have a problem? So why not go there and don't be a scared little woman and not do that? Like, go there to that show. That would have helped that go number 1.
Like going to smaller platforms. Like, don't you appreciate her going to smaller radio platforms?
I agree. But she needs to also go to the major leagues. And the Breakfast Club is one of the top shows. And if you confront the drama, that drama alone would have drove people to Nicki Minaj's record. Like, oh my gosh, you see how she came at Charlamagne? That would have helped that song go number 1. I guarantee it. That would have helped that song go number 1. This ain't the time to be picky. When you're in the music business, you go to all platforms that's popping, and the Breakfast Club is popping.
I understand what you're saying, Wiley, but I just kind of feel like, okay, Nicki's really big in New York, and in New York, they're definitely playing Do We Have a Problem on the radio. But the thing about it is, I appreciate Nicki going around to these smaller platforms in Texas and North Carolina and all around, giving these interviews and stuff like that so they can play her record. So I just feel like it's not about, like, the big people playing her record. It's also about the small stations playing her record.
I agree. But if she would have went to the Breakfast Club and did that, that would have gave a boost on top of the smaller stations. In my humble opinion, I would have done that if I was Nicki Minaj, because Cardi, she's going on the Breakfast Club. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna go on the Breakfast Club. It's not too many hip hop stars that's going to ignore the Breakfast Club because they are a staple in the culture. And I think Nicki Minaj, I'm just being me, I know y'all not gonna like this, and I know Jason Lee, he gonna be jumping up for joy for me saying this. She should have went to Jason Lee show and say, "Hey, I have a problem with you. The way how you do us women, you pick sides." I think she should went on Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked. The drama sells. It would have boosted up to number one. You ain't got to kiss his butt, but just be real.
I understand that drama sells, but you have to understand, Nicki is a very she's very strategic on how she does stuff. So we never know. Nicki Minaj even gave, Joe Budden an interview, and he used to say that she was on drugs, she was doing this, and she was doing that. So you never know. Nicki may give Jason Lee an opportunity to do an interview, but I just feel like based on the stuff that he has said about her, I don't think Nicki would ever go over there. But you never know.
I think personally, and you know what? I'm gonna go to California, and I'm gonna go to Nicki Minaj's door. All right. I don't know if the security gonna arrest me or not. And I'm saying, can I speak to Nicki? And I'm gonna leave her a note. And I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested. I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested or not. I'm gonna go to her door and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Nicki, this is what you need to do. You need to put me on your staff, and we can take you to the next level, sis." In my humble opinion. Now she could have went on Tasha K's show. That would have boosted her up.
Oh, now you already know that would have been too messy.
But mess sells. But mess sells. It sells the product.
Tasha did so much damage to her platform. Wiley, I can't believe you saying this.
Really? You don't think she can interview with Tasha?
No. Okay, I just feel like this. I feel like Nicki Minaj I feel like Tasha K and Nicki Minaj used each other. So because Nicki Minaj used Tasha K to get back at Wendy Williams, I just feel like she needed Tasha K for that moment, but she don't need Tasha K like that. She don't need to do an interview with her. And I just feel like it would just be too messy just because of that case going on. Now, I will support if Nicki Minaj went on smaller platforms like yours or any Mob Radio, because I really enjoy you guys' commentary, and I feel like you guys are very real without being messy.
That's true.
If you know what I mean.
I
can be a little messy.
I'll be a little messy. And we reached out to Nicki, and we're going to continue to reach out to her. I am up. Now I got all my devices, because, she go on station here sometimes. And I would love to interview her and ask her the tough questions. She needs some tough questions. And we're going to definitely ask her the tough questions. Well, I think she should go to WWE and promote and get into the women division and try to wrestle. Just talk to the wrestler. I'm just trying to think of creative ways to make her make it in this business. And this ain't the time to be picky, in my humble opinion. But Nicki, if you're watching, you come on the show. I know your Barbs know, because I posted something in Neighborhood Talk, and it wasn't, and y'all were dragging me, Barbs. They were like, "You trying to get Nicki on your show?" I'm sorry.
What did you say in the comments to get dragged?
Well, I said that, oh wow, Lil' Kim is the queen. I don't know what did I put in there, but it was a shady comment. And the Bars was like, "Where you trying to get Nicki?"
Are you being shady on a bar platform? You know how I love Nicki.
I understand that. I just did that because I was just doing that. And the Barbs was like, "Weren't you begging to get Nicki on your show? You just mad because she ain't coming on your show." I mean, they were dragging. All they was talking about my eye. They was really, really dragging. And I just said what I said. I don't remember verbatim what I said, but they were dragging me. But it's okay. I was just giving my opinion.
Now, Wiley, that comment would have been acceptable over there at Hollywood Unlocked, but you can't come to the Neighborhood Talk talking like that.
Yes, I feel you on that.
You know better than that.
I feel you on that. I feel you. Oh man.
Well, Wiley, I really enjoy your show.
I enjoy you. Thank you.
I need you to keep you on my queen.
Thank you.
And you need to know that it's radio, and whoever problem is being sent to radio, and Nicki Minaj confirmed it. So keep you on my queen, Wiley. I love you.
All right. Thank you so very much.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. We got to get that interview. All right. Anonymous, you live on the air. Oh, here we go. See. We done. See that caller did that? We are done. Okay.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
We are done. See, when they get like that, we gotta just end it. Okay. All right. When they get like that, doing all that, we done. Okay. Not gonna happen. Okay. Just not gonna happen. All right. Someone said, as a Black and God-fearing woman, you owe me an apology for hanging up on me for your heathens that's in the chat. Well, we thank you so very much for that 1999. Okay, we thank you. Well, I don't control the phone lines. I don't control the phone lines. Oh, she called. Why she get mad at me? Oh man, why she get mad at me? Okay, I don't understand. We'll drop the link. Hold on, we'll drop the link if y'all want me to drop the link. Oh man. It's time to get a channel to talk every day topics. She called the producer. Oh man. Do y'all want us to continue the show? Let us know. Okay. Habab want to talk to you. Oh man. If y'all want me to continue the show, press 1 in the chat. If y'all want me to continue the show, press 1 in the chat. If y'all want me to leave, press 2. Okay. All right. Let me drop the link. Give me a second. All right. I'll drop the link because they won't. Give me a second. I'll drop the link. Why is Geisha 305 there? She is so beautiful to me. I'm looking at Geisha 305. Thank y'all for following me on Instagram. Also, somebody posted this. Thank you. Somebody beautiful said this under Hollywood Unlocked. She must have took your advice, Wiley, of showing herself on camera, proof that they are watching. Thank you. She said that on Hollywood Unlocked. Yes, it's a proof that they are watching the Wiley Show. All right, it's proof. I believe that she's seen that, and we left for a voice note. All right, give me a second. We'll open up the phone lines back up. I had to reboot them anyway because it was going to end it anyway. So let me reboot the lines. If y'all want to call in, give me a second. All right. So if the lady want to call in, you can call in, but just be respectful, sis. That's all that we saying. All right. We're going to let you call in. All right. Because the producers want me to continue the show. So I got to reboot the lines. I'm going to call back in and reboot the lines. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna reboot the lines. Give me a second. The number is 646-716-8447. Ooh. Let me reboot the lines. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, he actually sent it to me.
For your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions,
Your show is scheduled to start in 24 seconds.
No shade. He sent me that Tokyo Toni video. I ain't hear it yet, so I'm going to have to hear it on the phone. He sure sent it to me.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. We are back live. Okay. That lady left a super chat. I'm not playing the audio. All right. We'll play the audio on station here, but I'm not going to play it over here. But that lady left a super chat getting us together over here. All right. So I got the phone lines back open. If anybody else want to call in, the number is open up for that. And we'll be back live tomorrow. And we definitely going to be back live tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this tomorrow. So if you're in the building, we definitely will be going back live tomorrow. I'll be in the building. I had to catch up on some much needed rest, and now I'm good. We're going to be back live tomorrow. Also, too, somebody said Wendy Williams got her birth date wrong when it came to that. She said she's 50. How old did she say in the video? I think she got her age wrong. So I don't know. I think there's something going on. But I'm seeing in the video, all of the places are talking about her video that she did. So Wendy Williams will be coming back. 56. I think she said she was 57. What did she say in the age? She said something and it wasn't the right age. She said 56. But how old is she? 57. Yeah. I think it's a new video. I think she just didn't remember her age. I'm like, oh, Lord. All right. So we shall see her coming back. Have you been watching K Michelle's show on Lifetime? Yes. I have been watching her show. I cried. Like, it's really, I mean, that show taught me a lesson as a man to not be talking about women bodies, because when I saw that show, I'm like, whoa, like one of the ladies, she was getting a BBL. It was a competition to get a free BBL, and she went to a third world country, and it was a disaster. It's like the infections and everything else. Like, ladies, I'm going to say this on my show. Do not go and get BBLs and all that stuff. Don't do it. It is not safe. It is not good for that. And you also have to be safe getting a boob job. It is not safe. So be very careful, because I watched it and I cried like a baby. Be very, very careful when it comes to BBLs for that. Tasha, I want you to write me get a porn, a BBL porn for that. And make sure y'all get a BBL porn for that. Because when I tell you I cried, I watched that show and I cried. Oh, man. I don't have Netflix. I'm still boycotting Netflix. I don't have Netflix. The only sites I have Peacock. I have Stars. I have what's the other one? Amazon Prime. And Peacock, I'm actually getting caught up. They got all the Harry Potter movies on there. So I'm getting caught up on Harry Potter movies. So that's what I'm definitely doing for that. I don't know. I told y'all to call in. Yeah, I don't have Netflix. I'm boycotting Netflix. I don't have Netflix. So I got the phone lines open up. I don't know if it's working. Let me check. Give me a second. Wiley asks K Michelle to come on your show. Well, okay. K Michelle actually had me blocked on Twitter. On Twitter, she had me blocked. because I was trolling her on Twitter, and I apologize for trolling her. I don't know what was I trolling her about, but it was something I was trolling her about. Yeah, she still had me blocked on Twitter. Yeah, she still had me blocked on Twitter. Yeah, she had me blocked. Yeah, she blocked me on Twitter a long time ago because I was trolling her. Yeah, she had me blocked. See, K Michelle blocked you. She had me blocked on Twitter because I was trolling her on Twitter. And this was like years ago because I used to troll celebrities. And I was trolling her about something and she blocked me. Now, she didn't block me on Instagram. She just got me blocked on Twitter and stuff like that. So, yeah, she got me blocked on Twitter and stuff like that. Don't she got me blocked. But I am not blocked on Instagram. Okay. So I'm not gonna leave on no voice though because she may block me on Instagram. So, but she blocked me a long time. I don't know what it was about, but she did block me. But I'm still following her on Instagram. She don't have me blocked on Instagram, but she did block me on Twitter. She definitely blocked me on Twitter. I think I was blocking her about her box smell or something. I don't remember, but it was something I was trolling her about, and she blocked me. 969649, call you on air.
Hey Wiley, good night. How you doing?
All right.
Good. I just wanted to comment. I don't know. Have you spoken about Miss Tina Knowles' documentary at all?
About who documentary?
Tina Knowles.
No.
Like Beyonce's mother. Anyway, okay. Then never mind that. So the reason I brought that up is because I think the problem with separating the man from the music, if we talk about DaBaby, is that it represents a little bit more than that.
Okay.
And I think if we are going to continue to say things like the media is pushing an image of our black men, the media is destroying the image of the black man, if we are going to say things like that, then we can't then turn around in the same breath and say we support this man who represents everything that we dislike about the representation of black people. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Or
but my thing is this: I know how to separate the man from the man from this art. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the art. I do question the women that is around him because you are warning signs. He got multiple baby mamas he didn't treat right. Why are you going to be the fourth baby mama or the fifth baby mama? Why are you still giving this man a chance? I'm not going to boycott his music because I'm a fan of his music. I'm a fan of his music, but I'm not a fan of him as a man. As a man, when it comes to his decision making, not treating his women right, kicking Danny Lay out, pressing charges on Danny, like treating her like trash. But Danny Lay had to also take ownership that she saw what he did to his other baby mamas. Why did you think it was going to be better? She thought because I'm light skinned, it would have been better. He would have treated me better.
I can 100% because I share the same sentiments in terms of the women. I can say, and I think the same thing. Why do these women keep doing the same thing? It's why do they keep doing that? However, we have to look at it on both sides. Just same way that you're saying, like, why are these women doing this? If you directly support the man's business and the talent and the music, you indirectly support his behavior because we are the only one that's trying to separate the two. Nobody else isn't trying to separate the two. The people that are looking in aren't separating the two. So we're perpetuating this thing that we don't like about our representation and our image, and then we're upset that this is our image and this is our representation. These are the people that we are putting on the forefront to represent us. I watched the halftime show, the Super Bowl, and something that was annoying me was that I was watching it and at the same time upset at myself for watching it because I'm sitting here like, why am I adding to the numbers of this man that has been known to abuse women and, just be in the most just do the most distasteful things, and all of them have 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, they all have. Kendrick Lamar is great, and he's who I was rooting for. But we keep selecting, I feel like, the worst of the worst, and then pushing them to the forefront, having them be our representation, and then we stand there in disbelief with the Pikachu face, wondering why people think that we're all gangsters, thugs, no good, baby mama, baby daddy making people. But that's the representation that we're choosing.
Well,
Like,
for me,
I don't know.
I think that people are not looking at that being as deep. They're looking at he's making good music. I want to dance to. I'm here hip to it, and that's what I'm supporting. Me personally, what he does to women, that's his business. At one point, we didn't know about people's personal business. We still supported a lot. If we counsel DaBaby, it's so many artists that we could be counseling. Many members of the Temptations did not treat their wives right. It was abusive. Should we counsel listening to the Temptations music? So when we can go all the way back to Marvin Gaye. He was a very abusive man. Should we counsel his music? So I just think that, again, when it comes to music, I'm supporting music.
Well, I guess you are going to do what you're going to do, and many people are going to do that.
But who
Also,
do
they're
you
going to
support?
support the
Who
music.
do you support?
I want to support people that I think represent us in a good light. I want to
Okay, but
support
who do
people that
you
I think
support? Who do you listen
say
to?
good
What
things.
what music do you listen to?
I like Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
in terms of rap. Otherwise, I don't listen to a lot of rap music for the same reason that I think it just perpetuates that negativity that I don't want to be perpetuated. Outside of that, I'll listen to my smooth R&B and my old soul, and I listen to old school stuff, and many people may not be able to relate to me on that, and that is okay. But I think in my small part, in doing the small bit that I can, I won't support, or I can't support somebody that's perpetuating the stereotype that I don't agree with or that I don't like, because
Oh,
then I can't sit around
okay,
people and
okay. No,
argue.
I didn't say. I'm my apology. I said Marvin Gaye. I meant to say James Brown was abusive. Should we cancel James Brown's music? He was very abusive. For David Ruffin was another abusive man. Should we cancel his music? So when we speak about canceling people, then it's a lot of folks that we're not going to listen to. And we might as well just stop listening to music, period. Because a lot of problematic people that make music, but I'm looking at it, I'm a fan of their music. Like R. Kelly, I'm a huge fan of R. Kelly music. I don't support what he did and those young girls, no. But I'm supporting his music. And just like we have a person that calls into our show that's a huge fan of R. Kelly, and I'm a huge fan of his music. I listened to his music last night, and I'm a fan of the music. So I'm not gonna never stop listening to good music.
Well, like I said, you're going to do what you're going to do. And a lot of people are going to do what they're going to do. I just wanted to share my piece. So thank you for
Well,
allowing me to
I
talk, and
agree
thank
with
you
that.
for
I hear what
listening
you're
to
saying.
me.
A perfect world, but you're a fan. It's so much music that being played. You're talking about the music. What about the producers that produce music? What if it's an abusive producer that produced that record that you like? Should we cancel that song and not listen to it? So when we go that deep, then are we really willing to go that deep?
Well, that would have been my next question, but I don't feel like this is this is the live for that. You've been on for so long, but you see, that's the thing. Why do we have a problem? Why do we have a problem with cleaning house? Why do we have a problem with starting with the small changes in order to affect a greater change? What is wrong with saying, no, we're not going to listen to that one, we're not going to listen to that one, we're no longer, and we're going to promote artists that are giving a better message? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with cleaning house? That's where I'm lost. That's where I'm confused. What is wrong with trying to clean house?
Okay. I feel you on that, but in a perfect world, yeah. But we're in an imperfect world, and I support people that are doing great. Should we cancel Wendy Houston music because she was a crackhead? Should we cancel that, or should we continue to listen to it? So even with Mary J. Blige, she abused drugs. Should we cancel her music? So again, I know how to
The
separate.
difference, no, Wiley. The difference in those instances is when you have addiction, those Whitney Houston never in a song sat up there and said, I smoke crack and I love it and you should too. It wasn't a promotional thing. That was a struggle. That was an addiction. That was a battle that she faced. And in her music, she sang and she professed love and she professed care and she professed, it was a different message. You have somebody that is there saying, fuck bitches, FBs, get money,
Well,
kill
you
ends.
don't have to
Like,
support that
it's
type
the
of music.
message.
DaBaby have definitely good music that I support. I support him because he's a talented artist. Me personally, I know how to separate the man from the art. I know how to do that.
But
Maybe
there is no separation. That
it
is my
is.
point. There
It
is
is a
no
separation in my
separation.
humble opinion. We got to
No,
agree to disagree on
when
that.
you support the art, you support the man. When you support the art, you are feeding the man, and the man will continue to do what the man does. You cannot support the music and not support the man. Those two
I
cannot
disagree.
happen. That's
I think
cognitive
that you
dissonance. It
can
can't
separate
happen.
the man from the art. Me personally, I believe so. I believe you can do that.
Okay, Wiley, we'll be at a stalemate. I love
I
talking
agree.
with
You
you,
don't
but
agree?
we'll be at a stalemate. We'll be at a stalemate. I can't. I can't agree. I can't. I absolutely cannot. I can't. But I don't want to bore your callers. I just wanted to share that perspective. So for anybody else that is listening and anybody that feels the same way, good on you. But if you want to continue to support, continue to do so. I mean, I have no
I
control over
mean,
what
people are
anybody else
going to
does. I
continue
can only
in my
control
humble
what I do.
opinion for that. You don't have to necessarily agree, but that's how I'm looking at it.
I hear you.
You don't
I hear
agree.
you.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
And where
That's
you
my perspective.
okay. You say agree to disagree. Yes.
Yeah. I
Uh,
love you, Wiley. You
uh,
continue to keep the good conversations
oh,
going.
thank you. I love you too. Thank you so very much. All right.
Yes. Have a good night.
All right.
Have a
Good
good
night.
night, everybody in
All
the
right.
chat.
Good night. Somebody said, thank you. Oh my God. Somebody said, we don't need your permission. Y'all is shady in these comments. The support fund is, somebody said, we don't need your permission. She did the wrong stuff and generalize the next caller, please. All right, that's it. We ain't got no more callers. We do want to say, y'all, we wish y'all a wonderful night. I mean, we have some type of callers in here, child. I mean, we have some type of callers up in here from the caller. Oh, here we go. Okay, 1525, caller, you on air. 1525. 1525.
What's up?
Hi, what's up?
What's up? I just wanted to say that, man. People, they need to understand that these celebrities, they're not your leaders.
Oh, can you turn me down in the back?
They're
Because
not.
we hear it in the back. Can you mute me in the back?
Is that better?
That's better. Yes, go ahead.
We have to understand that these so-called wannabe chosen leaders, they're not your leaders. These influencers, they're not who you think they are. You know, like they're just making money off of music. You know, it's like just because they say do drugs, that don't mean you should do drugs. You know, like you have a free mind. You need to do what you want to do and do what's best for you. You don't have to listen to them tell you what to do. Being influenced by other people is a problem, and if you don't have a free mind, you will be easily influenced by the music. I mean, I've listened to rap my whole life. I'm old enough to say that I was there from the beginning when the shit first started, and it didn't make me turn out bad. It didn't make me want to go out and kill people. I listened to fucking excuse my language, hip hop music from day one, from NWA on and on. Jay-Z. No, they never influenced me to do things. I've always been a strong person to a point where I knew what was real and I knew what was fake. I don't really put on some type of facade where I felt like I needed to be like these particular characters. I will say this though, when the drug game did come to the centerfold, I did sell drugs at one point, and I wanted to do it not because Jay-Z told me to or NWA or Eazy-E told me to do it. I did it because I wanted particular females, but I seen what was happening around me, and I seen what was happening to the people I love, and it showed me a different light. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm done with that. So you can learn from your life experiences and learn from people around you. It ain't got nothing to do with the music or the TV or I mean, if you're an easily influenced person, then you have to blame yourself. You can't blame other people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, you can't be like, well, since Jay-Z sold drugs, I guess I'm gonna sell drugs. No. That's dumb shit. That ain't the world that ain't real, bro. Or because Nicki Minaj said, eat a dick, I guess I need to eat a dick. No. No, bro.
I feel I 100% feel you on there. I listen to all type of music. It do not encourage me to go out there and commit crime. I have better sense than that. I continue to separate that, and I'm looking at it for the entertainment factor. It don't make me want to go commit crime because I'm listening to a person that's talking about the drug culture or gang. I listen to a lot of music, and I never joined the gang. But you would not tell by the music that I listen to, so that doesn't mean that you're going to automatically join the gang because you listen to rap music. So I agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah, and they gave people a crutch to do it, and then people accepted it, like, oh well, like if you talk to somebody from overseas, they think we're crazy. They think like, well, all black people are like this or all like that, or it's like, hold up, bro. No, you listening to that shit. No, that's not reality. That's not the world we live in. You do that shit because you want to do that shit. You don't blame it on Rick Ross because you talk about moving keys from overseas. Because Rick ain't going to fucking prison. You is.
That's true.
It's really dumb. Like,
I agree.
I don't understand how people think that because they get a pass of some sort because somebody else is doing something and you followed in their footsteps, that you are easily influenced by certain characteristics of this person or that person. That's no, bro. That's not the world we live in. Rick ain't gonna do that time. You gonna do that time.
I heard that.
You don't hear people talking about some, well, since Scarface was snorting coke, I guess I'm gonna snort coke.
You're right. Yeah, good point.
Because I think visual is more stronger. Actually, the visual aspect of movies is actually, I think, is a lot stronger than the music.
I feel you on that.
And nobody said, well, I want to be like Denzel from Training Day. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I mean, people are, I mean, I got all you niggas on paperwork, motherfucking.
Right. Well, we thank you so much for calling in, brother.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
All
Much
right.
love to you.
Much love to you too.
All right.
All right. You just never know who's gonna call us to the Wiley Show. 9539, Carly on air.
Hey Wiley.
Hi.
So I just have some comments about K Michelle and her little show. Honestly, Wiley, you saw her face. You know she got a new face, right? But she's on here on the show protesting surgery. I mean, not protesting. I'm sorry, protesting surgery. And it's just like, do you not feel like she's being a hypocrite?
Well, she had got surgery and she almost died, and she had to get it removed out of her butt, and she had to get multiple surgeries to remove that, and it made me tear up because I was cracking jokes about her butt because it was like deformed because her butt dropped, and I was like cracking jokes about it, and I think that's probably why I got blocked on Twitter, and not knowing that she had to get surgery, she had to get it removed and stuff like that. And that literally made me tear up. I'm like, oh my gosh, she really was going through this.
And Wiley, that honestly is the problem. See, you're under the impression that she had surgery to get the butt that she had that she was trying to get fixed.
She had to get it removed
because
it was affecting her health.
Well, yeah. See, she had illegal butt injections, and she keeps parading it around like she had an actual surgery that caused this. Like, even when she did her Dr. Phil episode, like that episode really pissed me off. Like she's parading around like she actually got an actual BBL, and this actual BBL she got is the cause of her issues, which is not true. Like the women she has on her show, I've only seen the clips. I don't want to watch the show because it's gonna
Why
piss me
did you
off.
watch it? You should watch it. It's some women that, oh my gosh, it will really make you think twice about getting this surgery. Like, did you watch the show? You should watch it.
No. Wiley,
It was good.
I've had surgery. Like I've had surgery. I've had 2 BBLs. I've had a breast lift, and I have veneers.
You have a BBL and all that. How long was it since you had your BBL?
Had a BBL 2020, and before that in 2017.
All right, because it was women that said they had got it and it was affecting their health years later, like 7 years later after they had gotten their surgery.
They're not getting a BBL is a fat transfer. They're not getting fat transfer. Like they're getting foreign substances injected into their body. Like at a hotel, motel, somebody coming to their house, going to somebody's basement. Like that's what.
But no, most of them women that said it, they went to a doctor and they was at a clinic and it wasn't in somebody's basement.
Yeah, okay, that is different. Those people, they were botched. See, and that's the thing. They're not. They are differentiating the difference, but they don't emphasize that they're different things. And that's where my problem is. They're not emphasizing that it's different. They just like, oh no, all surgery's bad, all surgery's bad. No, you have to actually research. And going out the country, there's nothing wrong with going out the country as long as you do your research and you're comfortable going there. There's nothing wrong with it. I got my teeth done in Colombia. I'm gonna have more lipo, and I'm looking to go to Colombia. Or I don't want to go to the DR. Colombia is better for surgery. Like they treat you really good over there. Like it's a whole lot nicer. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't like that K Michelle is out here and she's still getting work done. She got work done on her face. But
well, I don't know about
I
can't speak on her face or something like that. I do have a legal note here. from her. I can't speak and see that she had any work done on her face. That's your opinion. I wasn't there. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a side by side. But I do have a legal note here for protecting the integrity of the show. So I don't know.
You're right. You're right. I mean, it could be fillers, but we don't know for sure. But it could be fillers. But still, I don't know.
All right.
If it was me and I almost like lost my life to surgery and all this stuff, I wouldn't want no filler, no little touch up. I wouldn't want nothing extra than what I need to get where I'm supposed to be. I don't know. That's just how I look at it.
All right. We thank you so very much for calling in.
All right. Bye, Wiley.
Bye-bye. I mean, the people are calling in. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. And we want to thank everybody that is in the building that's calling in and giving their side of opinion when it comes to this stuff. All right. Give me a second. Anonymous, you live on air.
I'm here to talk about Brendan, Daily Lynn brother.
Okay. Can you tell me now in the back? You got me playing in the back.
Okay. I feel like the reason why Brendan is suing, since he couldn't fight with DaBaby one-on-one, so he said, I might as well, since they jumped me, I might as well sue him just to get the one-on-one money.
Okay. Oh my God. 0235.
Oh, hi. I wanted to call back in about DaBaby.
Okay.
About that whole situation. I think the brother is very smart. Like, honestly, like, he's gonna get $250K settlement out of all this. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, just knowing the history of the violence that DaBaby has done, it's just he was really smart. He just got a bag, and we all know he ain't disabled. Let's be very clear. After the settlement, he's gonna be walking in and acting like nothing ever happened. It's just crazy to me. And for the people, that girl, I think it was like four or five callers ago that said that, we shouldn't be supporting DaBaby because his music is bad influence and stuff like that. Like, girl, we have to separate the art from the artist. Point blank. Period. These songs are just a story, or just a perspective of DaBaby's point of view and stuff like that. And she has to understand that just because it might influence doesn't mean that we have to act on it or whatever. So I just don't believe that, if we do drugs, if the song says that we have to do drugs, then we're going to do drugs. Like, no, like, stop. Just because you don't like the music doesn't mean that it's bad or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Like that. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Well,
thank you.
Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. Somebody said, Wiley, please let your guys know I'm your paralegal. Legal note is sorry not to chime me out. Oh my gosh, y'all are so funny. All right. 8671.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how you been?
All right.
That's good. Well, I just wanted to talk about DaBaby because, DaBaby needs to calm. He's very arrogant, and he really just needs to calm down. He has good music, and his music can be supported, but it's just his personality that he has this arrogance about him, and how he treats women and having daughters himself is kind of distasteful. Like, he really should just change a lot. But to the brother-in-law who's suing him, hey man, he put that bag in that boy's hand. He gave him that money. He should have known damn well not to beat that boy up in no public place with his entourage, and everybody was gonna be filming. It's not one of them things where it was like y'all was at the house and it was like, oh, he said I did that to you. But no, you actually did it, and you did it in public, and you did it on camera. So it's like, just pay him his money and learn from your mistakes. You got to chill out. Shit, you need to be an example for his kids, because I don't know what they're gonna raise the children as to grow up and be, because you tell the family, now the kids be left in the middle, like, but that's my daddy, but that's my mama, that's my uncle, that's my daddy. Like, come on, man, y'all got to be. I think, how old is DaBaby?
All right, DaBaby in his 20s. He in his 20s.
Yeah, he still got some growing up to do. And for people who think that the music doesn't influence people, that's because it doesn't influence us as adults. We are an adult. It does not influence us as an adult. But as a child, music does influence you. You know what I'm saying? When music was all about heightened sex with R. Kelly, and that was back in the 90s and stuff, that's why it was a lot of teenage pregnancies. You know what I'm saying? And then as we as we move forward, they took that, sexuality, that part of it out, and then they put, this other music, with the dancing and the twerking and all that. But it's like, it is an influence. It is an influence, especially to the younger kids, to the kids that are under 16, 15. We know peer pressure, and it is a lot of peer pressure with the kids these days, and listening to some of these artists out here. And as people be like, well, your children don't have to listen to it. Yeah, but we've all been kids. Everybody know kids know how to work the internet better than parents do. So they're gonna hear it, they're gonna see it. My kids come to me all about TikTok all the time. I wish we would have banned TikTok. That goddamn TikTok got something else on it. They worse than DaBaby. Every day my kids come to me talk about, oh, I see this on TikTok, and this how you do this, and this, what the hell? We stuff like that we only got to see on Cinemax and HBO after hours, and then they wasn't even showing the body parts. It was just, we kind of knew what they was doing. But these days it's a little bit different, and it is a big impact on the younger kids. I don't think it's more so as the society, as people in general, because yes, I'm not gonna go out here, like I listen to 21 Savage, and I ain't gonna lie, I be in the car and I be really thinking I'm finna go shoot up something. You know what I'm saying? Because he had me in that mode. But no, I'm not gonna do that, because I'm an adult and I know if I do this, this is what's gonna happen to me. But as a child, they haven't experienced those type of consequences yet. So yeah, you're being told don't do this. If you do this, you're gonna get this. But no, experience is the best teacher. And until a person touch that hot stove and see that it'll burn them, they necessarily don't think that it's as hot as you're trying to tell them that it is. So I do think him being a role model, he should change a little bit of care. I know the celebrities don't like, these new age rappers don't like to be considered as role models, but they are. That's why they are hot. They only hot because they are close in age with the children. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't like people that's 50, 60 years old. Kids like people that's close in age to them, 19, 20, 23, 24. They live in that current life that where the child looking at them like, shoot, if I get 19, 20, I'm gonna have me 4, 5 girls. I'm gonna be doing this, doing that too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they see in close in the age. But don't nobody look at 40 and 50 and 60 years old, because it's so far away from them. It's like they don't know what they're gonna be doing in 30 years. They just know what they're gonna be doing in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, little baby showing them that they can have baby mamas here and there and treat them any kind of way. And he should really change that, because he has a little girl, and I know he don't want that little girl to go through the same trauma that he putting little Danny Lay and the other little girl, the other baby mama who they keep going back and forth showing her. I know she don't be wanting nothing to do with it. The first baby mama with all the kids, she just want her child support, but they just keep putting her back and forth in the mix, and she probably really is through with DaBaby, And so all that with canceling, leave that shit alone. We ain't canceling nobody's music. We ain't canceling R. Kelly. We ain't canceling James Brown. We ain't canceling nobody. We're gonna listen to their music because it's good music. But them as people, they should just look at themselves, because he'll get a chance to see himself and see how he acted 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it don't take him 10 years to change, but he will see like, damn, I could have handled that a little bit different. I did just beat up my child uncle. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if his daughter was a little bit older, I don't think he actually would have did it. But you never know these days. So, but I'm glad to see you feeling better. You got your glasses on, looking good tonight.
Yeah, looking good.
You know?
Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm
All
gonna
right.
let the line go.
All
But,
right, thank you.
Thank you though.
All right, bye-bye.
right.
Man, you just never know who's gonna call in. 6380, call you on air.
Hey, how you doing, bud?
All right.
Let me take it off speakerphone. Oh man, I agree with that 100%. I think not canceling people is the most important thing.
Okay.
We've lost it. Yeah, we've lost a lot of great men to cancellation. Like Cosby, to me, is he's the godfather of comedy.
That's true. I agree.
And now everybody gets mad when they find out that you love 1984 himself.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the greatest stand-up comedy show ever.
I just think like the cancel culture, we have to be very cautious of saying that. Like I still watch Cosby Show. I still support the show. I know how to separate whatever he did or didn't do.
Oh,
I know how to separate
great
because the show is a good show.
Yeah, show's perfect, but his comedy is perfect. He is the godfather of comedy.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's perfect. So he made some mistakes. All right. So guess what? So now we're not allowed to listen. You know, people watch. What's his name? The dude that raped the girl in the Polish guy. He makes all these big movies.
Oh, you talk about oh my God, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the guy. I can't think of his name. He made a lot of great movies. People, yeah, and they still gonna watch his movies regardless.
Yeah, he's been on the run from the United States for like 30 years because he raped a child in a bathtub in Sharon Tate's house.
Oh wow!
And they're like, oh, he's got the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, they're still gonna watch.
He's
his
fine.
movies.
He's fine.
Yeah,
as long as he can do it from there. As long as it'll make them some money, they're not worried about it. But then you got like to me, like I said, the greatest comedian of all time. Well, the trifecta is 100%. It's Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, and George Carlin. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah,
these are good men.
They're definitely great comedians. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what Cosby's done. I mean, clearly they let him out.
Oh, yeah, clearly they let him out, and they said charges shouldn't have been pressed. I do want to speak on that and have to say that because he definitely went to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and they let him out and said that charges should have never been brought up in the first place.
Okay,
for Angela
so then
Cassidy.
how can we talk on this? How can we talk on this man?
That's true.
We have no right to talk on this man because unless you want to be the judge, jury, and executioner, you don't have no right to talk. Man's innocent. Like, that's like when people talk shit about OJ. All right, well, he's innocent.
Yeah, he was acquitted. He definitely was acquitted. You have to, and
Yeah, he might have lost in a civil suit, but the man was never criminally charged.
Facts. He was never convicted. Oh, most definitely.
So everybody wants to be nasty to oh, this guy's a this guy's a that. Until you prove it, shut up.
That's so true. Absolutely. Most definitely. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Well, hold on. We're gonna put cards on the table. I have a new show coming out called Cards on the Table. I'm the only one.
We ain't doing no free promo. Anonymous, you live on air. We are
hey,
not.
Wiley, how you doing?
We're not doing no free promo. If you want to do free promo, send me an email, and we are definitely have you to promote it. We will give you a good price, and we can sit. We are not doing no free promo for that at all. Okay, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's a mess.
yes.
All right. So let me get right into it. The whole thing with DaBaby. I think that it is right that Danny Lee's brother sued DaBaby, because the fact that DaBaby attacked him around all of those people, and he did not make physical contact with him until, you know, his crew had him down on the ground, and, you know, they was kicking his behind, and that's when DaBaby came in and kicked him. So, you know, the fact that he did all of that, and, you know, basically, you know, made that man upset, you know, gave him injuries and stuff like that. Like, it didn't make any sense, because you have a child, you know what I'm saying? And because you have a child, you know, you will be a part of that child's life until that child is gone. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that, you know, he didn't care about that, and he went ahead and attacked the brother, I'm not even mad. Like, I really hope that the brother, you know, get what he's supposed to get from DaBaby, because DaBaby done got into a lot of freaking fights, you know, from knocking the girl out in the club to just so many different things that he done got into. And it's like, yo, you need to calm down. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, yo, you need to calm down. Like, but hey, listen, I'm just gonna be sitting here waiting, because that's messed up. That's messed up.
And
Hello?
No, I'm hearing you, and I'm just a fan of the man music. Like, what he do to the women, I don't know. He may even treat his kids well, because I never heard he was a deadbeat dad. Have we ever heard of that from DaBaby? I never heard that part, that he was a deadbeat dad. I could be wrong. So, but I'm a fan of the music. Okay, I'm a fan of his music, and I'm a fan of plenty other people's music. You know, I think he's a very, 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 I mean, entertaining person. He's very entertaining.
Yeah, but that don't even matter. Like,
Okay.
I hope that, you know what I'm saying, I hope that, you know, she, you know, go to court and, you know, basically, you know, play, you know, like, she doesn't even know anything better. You get what I'm saying? But no, that baby is not going. He's not going to like his daddy, because the way he did, you know, the brother, that's it. You get what I'm saying? Like, he so I want him to sue, you know what I'm saying, DaBaby. And then once he done got the money from DaBaby, then I want her to, you know what I'm saying, basically go to court and, you know, have him, you know what I'm saying, have him beg to be a part of DaBaby's life. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. I agree.
I can't even, you know, fully tell it, because, you know, it's one thing, like, with the whole thing with her and what DaBaby was going through, and then it's a whole nother thing where now her family, Brandon, done came into the place. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now that he done came into the place, and now that DaBaby done attacked him, I think that she just needs to go ahead and, you know, go ahead and put child support on DaBaby. You know, that's what Danny Lee needs to do. Put child support on DaBaby. She needs to pull herself away from DaBaby. They need to set up some type of visiting time with the kid or whatever, because DaBaby was wrong for attacking the brother like that. And there's no way that I would be dealing with him if you know what I'm saying, beat up my family member, or had your crew beat up my family member.
you know what I'm saying, in the skating ring. And now it's not even only him being attacked in the skating ring. This is something that went public. So now this is something that he has to deal with publicly. So it's so many things to it. For me, if I was Danny Lee, I would be going to court and setting things up like that. Like, I wouldn't even want to have anything to do with him or none of that type of stuff.
I agree.
She need to go put him on child support, set up some type of visiting, and allow that to be that between her and the baby as far as with her child.
I agree 100%. But this not gonna stop. He gonna get another woman pregnant. It's gonna be a whole nother situation. That's not gonna ever stop, because as long as he got a pain in the work, it's gonna be women. Just like the whole thing with young Pharaoh. People come at that man, but women still in his DMs, women still giving him some. So I don't think that will never stop. I would hope that women have some type of proof about themselves and say, hey, let me not deal with this man, because this man did to all these other women. I don't think he's going to treat me better. So again, I'm not going to stop listening to his music. I do feel for the baby mamas, but you get what you pay for. You get who you sleep with.
Yeah, but see, the thing with young Pharaoh versus this is that DaBaby attacked Danny Lay's brother.
He did.
And not only was it a fight, a one-on-one fight, this dude got jumped by 5-6 people and got kicked and stumped in the head. So now you have a child with this dude that you got to spend for 18 years until your child is grown, and now this same dude done attacked your brother. So it's kind of different from the whole young Pharaoh thing. And for me, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with him. I would be putting him on child support and set up some type of visitation, but you're not going to attack my family like that.
Yeah, I agree.
At least for me.
I agree.
Yeah, you're not going to attack my family like that, because there was no reason why that should have even happened, because he has a child with Danny Lay. So now they are connected for 18 years, at least until the child is grown. It was no reason for the fight to even happen. If Brandon did not go and attack the baby first, there was no reason for that fight to have happened.
No reason at all. And I hope that he soon gets some millions, because that was all public and we all saw that.
Yep, exactly. The other thing I want to talk about is the Monique, TS, and Kaya.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think that it was good that Monique, basically, spoke up as far as with Kaya, where she told, she basically put respect on Kaya's name, and, basically, was telling TS, in a nutshell, let's put some respect on Kaya's name. If it wasn't for Kaya, TS probably would not be in the situation that TS is in. TS is in this situation because she got, notoriety based on Kaya. You know what I'm saying? Without that, with Kaya, with her and Kaya doing the Queen Supreme Court and all of that type of stuff, you wouldn't really know who is a TS Madison, because when people started following, they started following because of Kaya.
Facts.
So I agree with that part. Now, what I didn't know was, I didn't know that Dr. Larry Reed was the one that was responsible for the fallout. That was something new.
Yeah, he I don't know, he was the one that was hired to help with the equipment and stuff. They were in the basement fixing it. They couldn't do it. And Kaya told T.S. Madison, let's do it the original way on the iPad, the way that they was doing it. And T.S. Madison wanted to change it up. She was buying equipment, and Dr. Larry Reed was the one that was fixing it. Him and his friend, they was in there trying to make it like their show with the equipment, bringing in the guests, and it didn't work because her Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough to add on that extra equipment. So yes, I thought you knew about that because they deleted the videos, but I watched it all.
I didn't know about that. I knew about the Nicki Minaj part, but I didn't know like how the whole initial fallout.
Yeah, they were all, when she said when she was like, get them people out your house, she was talking about Dr. Larry Reed people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so
the next thing is the whole young Pharaoh. Now, I looked at a little bit of that interview. I do think that he was, slipped some type of drugs, like how he was saying mushrooms or something, because the way that he was a few years back versus the person and the way that he acts now is completely different.
Wow.
And he did admit to on Storm's show to being drugs that somehow affected him for several months. Now, on that show, he seemed a little bit more calmer than what he has been over the last few weeks, last few months. When I looked at it, now he still was a little bit off, but he did seem to be a little bit more calmer. Now, as far as the whole thing with he was, calling women bees and saying women call women bees and all this other type of stuff, women calling women bees should have nothing to do with a man calling a woman bee and thinking that's okay. Because just like black men don't want white people calling them the N-word, gay men don't want straight men or black women calling them the S or the P word or the F word, even though they call each other that, then that's the same thing as women calling each other bees. It doesn't give the men the right to call a woman bee. So I disagree with you with that term, because then it goes back to then the gay people don't have, or the LGBTQ community has no rights to say, well, we don't want you using the F word or the S word.
Now I'm talking about to the women, for the women that he's with, right? For the women that he's with, I really can't down it because they still with him. They still giving him some. So for them, you know what you're gonna get. He's saying it, and you still getting women. So for those women, it may be okay. I don't think it's an issue at all because they still giving him some. They still there with him. The way how he was cussing out Golden Beauty, but I can guarantee Golden Beauty probably still give him some and still go back over there. So I don't know. Now, some men was even Snoop Dogg.
I agree with you as far as the actual women that he decides to connect with. But
just like rap artists say the B word.
Statement.
Just like the rap artists say the B word. Should they be canceled because they say the B word all the time? They say it all the time in music. Comedians, I can't even tell you how many times comedy shows I went to where the comedian would say, I was with my B. Even Kurt, what was the guy's name that was on TK Kirkland? He was on the Breakfast Club. He even said, I was with my B. So let's not act like men don't call women B's. And that's not, hey,
well, see,
should they not say it?
I'm saying. But men, okay, so men calling women B's, right? There was a point in time where men was using the word, the F word, the S word, the P word, right? Times have changed as far as with this whole LGBTQ movement. You had comedians that was talking like that was saying those things, and now people are saying, don't use those particular words. Well, women have been saying don't use those particular words for quite some time, but men still chose to use those words. But going back to what young Pharaoh was saying, when he used it in a generalized statement, he wasn't only speaking upon the women that he was dealing with. He was talking about women in general. And so that's what I'm saying. So
has he always been that way? Because I thought he was conscious.
Shouldn't have an issue with it.
Has he always been that way? I thought he was a conscious guy. I think this is new because I didn't think he was always like this.
And that's what I'm saying. He's changed.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's changed. But when he was doing that interview yesterday, he made it like as if it was a general conversation. And, when you had initially had said it, you had made it also general. Like he was right when he was saying, women call women bees. So it shouldn't be a problem with a man calling a woman bee. And what I'm saying is that, well, if that's the case, then it shouldn't be a problem with, women or heterosexual men calling gay men, P, S's or F words because they use those words amongst themselves. So we can't say that it shouldn't be an issue because it is an issue, because you have some women that don't like to be called B's. You have a community that don't like to be called S's and P's and F words, even though they use it amongst themselves. You have a community that don't like to be called the N words if you're not Black. So it's the same exact thing.
All right.
And that's what I was saying. Like
no, you have definitely you have a good point. You have a definitely good point bringing that up. I hope young Pharaoh get it together and get his life together, because I don't know what happened from him, because I thought he was a conscious gentleman. I didn't know he was that aggressive with women. I didn't know. It was a shocker for me. I used to watch his show, and I didn't really hear him degrade women like that. So this is new for me, for seeing this character like that.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about is the whole thing with Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
I think her making number 2 was great. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's something that should definitely be celebrated. But I do agree with you as far as with Nicki music, there's no growth. And I think the lady Wanda had pointed that out, several years ago. There's really no growth with her music. I don't know if you watched, I think it was like a few days ago where Nicki went like on a whole tangent where she was talking crazy. She was on Station Head.
I did hear. Oh,
and
yeah,
today
yeah.
she, oh, you didn't hear that?
No, I did hear. I watched it.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, she was talking crazy when she was on Station Head, as well as some of the stuff that she was saying today. Now, today she was saying that they didn't submit the songs to the radio because there was like a split in radio as far as if it was, do we have a problem or busting? So they were waiting on the fans to decide. So they're preparing to send the music now to radio. She also cursed her fans out and say, you all need to start, basically not speak about things that y'all didn't know. Y'all need to shut your asses up if you don't know certain things. And she went into talking about the whole radio and that, radio supports her and that, and she was talking about Spotify and stuff like that. So as far as like when people say, it didn't get radio play, well, according to her, it's because she didn't submit it to radio. So that has nothing to do with anything as far as somebody discriminating against her, like how people were saying. Now, the other thing I feel like she's a hypocrite on is because she had made comments when she went live on Station Head about her not having to be naked or half naked or, selling sex to try and, go number 1 or make music, only to take a picture today with her behind out. And she put busing like she's promoting busing behind it. So you selling sex, babe?
She up there trying to throw them.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
she's still trying to throw them subliminal shots at Cardi B success because she still you know what I mean? She's still throwing shots, and I'm looking at the picture. She was on the pool table.
Yes, and it's like, well, how can you talk about Cardi and Megan when you doing the exact same thing that you was trying to crucify?
Right. And then she's selling ski masks on there. And what else she's selling on there? She's selling ski masks and jock straps. Jock straps. So if that ain't,
I just thought it was just so hypocritical for her, especially for her to be ranting 2 days prior about selling sex and having to dress half naked and all that type of stuff, only to 2 days later to be jumping on the pool table in a thong and a bra with her behind suited up.
It looks good, by the way. I can't listen.
She looks nice.
Whoa, that looks good.
I think that's the hypocrisy of it all. You can't be calling women out for, dancing naked or being half naked in music videos if you're going to turn around and promote your song half naked also.
Ooh, do it look like she got some work?
Do it look like
she got some work done back there?
Cardi and Megan, but Nicki do the same thing.
Do it look like she got some work done back there? Do you think that's real, or do you think?
Well, no, Nicki, well, it's not real, Wiley. It's not real, but she lost weight though. She lost weight, so it don't look as big and crazy as it used to look. It looks more proportioned, and it fits her better.
Yes.
But she definitely lost weight. She definitely has lost some weight. So she slimmed down some. But yeah, we know it's not hers, Wiley.
You can get the busted thong for $25. You get the busted. I mean, she got this on her website. Get the busted
But that's
thong.
what I'm trying to say. That's why I say she's a hypocrite. And another thing is that it seems like she always goes on a rampage. And it's like what are you going on a rampage for? That song Encanta, that song has been number one for the last 3 weeks. That is a song that is promoted on the Disney Channel. It has over 200 and something million likes and reviews on YouTube. It has way more stuff going on than hers. It gets way more reviews and plays and everything. Like, so number two was good. I don't know why she feel like it's a conspiracy for her to go on that rant, that crazy rant that she went on. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't outsell that song.
I agree.
That song has been on the charts for like 11 weeks. 7 or 8 weeks. She hasn't outsold that song.
I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just hope that, when she produces her new album and stuff like that, like, she doesn't go on this whole conspiracy, because before Cardi B, she still wasn't going number one. She had no number ones before Cardi B came into the industry. Before Megan came in the industry, before any of these other ladies came into the industry, she did not have any number one. She barely had any Billboard top 10.
Wow.
So now to make everything about particular individuals, it just sounds crazy, because it wasn't like she was doing those numbers before those individuals, and she was really the only female person for how many weeks? For how many years in the game?
Okay, I didn't know about that. Wow. That's some very good points. I would think that she got almost 200 million followers. Why can't she get to a number one?
Well, I mean, probably a lot of it has to do with, when she decides to drop. What other artist is dropping on that date? You know what I'm saying? How popular that artist is. Because that person's album or song is going to go number one faster than her song is going to go number one. It all depends on the song that she puts out. It all depends on the music. Who is feeling the music?
Wow. I heard that.
That's basically all it depends on. But, you know what I'm saying, to comparing, because you can't compare Nicki and Cardi, because they're two completely different artists from two different time frames. Nicki has only one number one. That's with Doja Cat, outside of the Tusa song that is number one, I think, in the UK or whatever, the Latin chart. She only has one number one. She barely has any top 10 songs that went top 10. Cardi has 4 number ones, has multiple top 10 records, but she's only been in the industry for 4 years compared to Nicki Minaj, 14 years. So you can't compare them.
I hear you.
But again, the last thing is, Nicki is a hypocrite, because she busting down, splitting it wide open like how she did when she first came in the industry, with her behind out, but she's talking about Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion. So that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yes, I did see on the pool table she is selling sex, so that's right there.
She's selling sex, so nobody's such a conservative. If you out there listening, don't you call in and only talking about Cardi and Megan about selling sex, babes, because Nicki's selling sex. She's been selling sex in the music, and she just bust down.
They said, someone said that Nicki have 2 number ones, ma'am. Oh, okay. That's what somebody trying to fact check you here.
Well, Charles didn't go number one. Her first number one is with Doja Cat.
Oh, wow. I thought she had. What about Super Bass? That didn't go number one?
No.
Wow, I thought Super Bass went number one.
Wow. Nope. Super Bass did not go number one. I think Super Bass went like number 8 or something.
Wow. That was my song back in the day. Okay.
Yup. So they saying Trolls went number one? Let me Google that, Wiley, because I don't think Trolls went number one.
That's what they said
Hold
here.
on, Wiley. Let me
Okay.
see if Trolls went number one. Let me see. Did they say Trolls went number one on Billboard? Let me see. Billboard. Let me see. Trolls number on Billboard. Okay. It peaked at number one. Okay, so she got 2 number ones.
Okay,
Good job, Nikki.
Okay. Yeah.
She got 2 number ones, but technically they're not hers because Trolls is Tekashi 6ix9ine song, and
Oh,
So-So
really?
is Doja Cat song.
Oh, you right about that. She was a feature. Okay.
That's they're not her songs. They're not her songs. It says 6ix9ine Trolls blast at number one on the Billboard Hot 100. So it did go to number one, but it quickly fell. But it went to number one. But again, it's not her song. Doja Cat's song is not her song. So no song that was her song went number one.
All the bars is in here. The bars is in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. I like Nicki Minaj music, but you can't. She's being a hypocrite though. You can't be talking about certain things and then you go around and do the same exact thing. That's hypocritical. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That's hypocritical.
All right.
And Cardi number ones is basically all of Cardi's songs. You know what I'm saying? From I Like It to Bodak Yellow to Up to WAP. Those are Cardi's. Oh, Girls Like You is the only song that went number one that's not Cardi.
Wow. Okay. Well, we thank you so very much, sis, for calling in. Man.
Later, Wiley.
Later. Well, she came in there and she got the bars together. All right. So I'm going to leave right now. This is a good time to leave the show. We want to say thank y'all because I'm up here listening to that. Oh, we got another caller. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, so I wanted to know, did you receive the video or the stuff with the Tokyo?
Oh, no. I didn't even see it yet. I was still doing that. No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
So look, you have to listen clearly in the back. Remember, she's not doing it so
Okay.
you can see it.
Okay. Got to listen
She's
to the
doing
back.
it in the back while her video is playing. So you have to listen closely.
All right.
And I do want you to discuss this. I don't know if you're going to go on station head. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
just wanna
definitely
make
have to
sure
listen
that
to
I'm
it.
correct.
Okay. I believe you.
Or just keep us posted whenever you're going to station head to talk
Okay.
about it.
All right.
Even if it's tonight, if you want to, but it's up to you. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm gonna definitely have to listen to that. But Cardi B got number ones. And we want to say shout out to Cardi. Nicki Minaj, unfortunately, is struggling. She is struggling to reach number ones, and definitely for that, it's a big struggle. She's on a pool table showing her butt and with a thong. So she definitely is struggling. It is a struggle. So she is struggling musically. So again, she is definitely struggling for that. She is definitely struggling to get it. And I'm just giving my dear. I know I have a lot of barbs in here in the comments, but she definitely is struggling musically. She's definitely struggling with that, and she definitely is going there on the pool table showing her thong and stuff like it. Look nice, real nice. It look real nice. I'm not gonna, man, that look real nice, but she is struggling. Okay. All right. So we're gonna thank y'all so very much. I'm gonna go. We're gonna see y'all later. And yeah, we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. Follow me on all my social media at Wiley Show. We also want to give a special shout out to the producers. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to Mouth Open for holding it down in the chat. We'll be back live tomorrow. We're going to go live. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Make sure y'all go and watch Bel Air is on Peacock. And also, too, another show that I'm watching is My Killer Body by K. Michelle. Make sure y'all go and check that out. And we are currently reading Brothers to the Night. Make sure y'all go check it out. You can put the author name in there. Tasha Miltier is Brothers to the Night is a collection of poems, and I'm definitely loving there. So we want to say thank you to that. And so love y'all so much. I'm black and beautiful, and I'm so proud of being black and beautiful. But we want to say thank you so very much for that. Okay, we're gonna go to the next. We're gonna see y'all later. Okay. Child, he mad. Nicki didn't acknowledge him. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad that Nicki didn't acknowledge me. I am not mad at all that Nicki Minaj did not acknowledge me. I'm just saying that it's a struggle for her music. It's definitely a struggle for her music when it comes to that. I'll go on station here tomorrow because my speaker is not really working. Can I go on station? Let me see. It's almost 1 o'clock. I need to eat me something. But I'll go to Stay Share tomorrow. I will go to Stay Share tomorrow and talk with y'all tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all so very much. Leave us a like, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. Yes, you're using her name for engagements. No, I'm not. I'm talking about her because she's a topic. I'm talking 1 second, sis. I'm talking about her because she's a topic. And I'm talking about her. That's the only reason we have her up. It's not, I'm not using her name for engagement. We're talking about her because she's a topic. No, I'm not hating on her at all. That's not true. Don't go around spreading a lie. Don't lie on me. I'm not hating on her at all. I was just giving my opinion. See, we need to stop coming at people that's giving their opinion, calling them haters. I was just giving my opinion. All right. And definitely like that. I'm just all that I'm doing, giving my opinion. All right. No, I do like her. I listen to her music and I support her music. And I do like, you can't say that I don't like her. That's not correct. That's not correct. I like Nicki Minaj music. Okay. No, don't try it. They really tried me in this chat. No. They really tried me. No. No way. I mean, they really tried me in here. I'm going to eat me a big breakfast, but sisters tried me. You allowing people to fall and lie on her when they don't know the facts. No, I open up the phone lines and I allow the people to call in. So people get the call in. That's what I allow. So people have their opinion. She got 2 number ones. Cardi B got more number ones than her. Okay? That's our facts. And that's just me just showing facts. We are a big supporter of Cardi B, and we are a supporter of Nicki Minaj. We support them both. But Cardi B got more number ones. That's a facts. Okay? All right. Thank you all so very much for y'all support. I'm going to go. We'll talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all. All right. We want to say thank you to the producers for coming in. We want to thank you all so very much. We're going to go. All right. Peace.